Okay. Think it should be fine now. Apologies about that. I don't know exactly what was going on, but with that being said, I guess I will re-intro the stream. What is up, guys? It's Giltspire here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. More specifically, welcome back to Win Streak Wednesday, where today we're going to see how far we can go with the Deathslinger. I'll bet you all are having an amazing Wednesday afternoon. Hello Alex, hello Rag, hello Frankie, Twisted, Smilel, and more. What's up, Artemis? How's it going? How y'all doing today on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon? What have you been up to? Anything much? Hopefully the audio's working now. Fingers crossed. Not sure what was going on with it, whether that was driver related or what, but either ways, I think we should be good to go now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just finishing up a timeout because my game crashed. Welp, that's always a fun one, Twisted One. It's okay, still stressing about this weekend. So is this weekend the one where you're meeting up with your boyfriend, I believe? And if so, why are you stressing? That's going to be fun. Alright, sounds good, Frankie. Exactly, Alex. 110%. Just be yourself and have a good time. I mean, find things that you have in common, right? Find things that you both find interesting and enjoyable. I think that'd be a good start, right? Exactly. 110%. Alright. Well, let's take a look-see. So we have landed on the Wretched Shop. Kind of take a look at where we spawn. Based on where we spawn, we're gonna want to head over to Shack ASAP. Not seeing anyone on the left just yet. Not seeing any scratch marks either in Shack. No one immediately outside of Shack. What about over here by the gen? No one there? I wonder if they spawned to the left then. Or maybe they worked their way around. I'd be shocked if they actually spawned behind me. But it's not outside the realm possibility, I suppose. Or they're just being really immersive. Peculiar. I mean, they shouldn't know where I am thanks to monitor and abuse, but we see a crow. So we know exactly where they are. Hello, Ashy boy. How goes it? Alright, let's get a quick down here and immediately oppression that gen that he was on. Alright, down he goes. Hi, Ash. Don't worry about it. That gen we don't want to pop, I don't think. It's on 2 but it's not that great. What we're going to do is oppression first. See where exactly they are. Then pop that gen once we get Ash on the hook. Wanna go eat Mexican food? Ooh, well that sounds like it'll be a good time at least. I haven't had any good, like, real Mexican food in quite some time. Yeah, I kind of was thinking about it earlier today, how I should use oppression and pop in tandem a little bit more, but a little bit more efficiently too. Now this gen has been left, it looks like. Unfortunately, it's pretty dead. So I guess we'll just silence it. Move on from there. No one's on the left, no one's on the right. Looks like they're coming for the Ash there. And we'll get the Jeffy boy. Looks like someone was on the Ash's gen, interestingly enough. Ash will take the BT hit. Unfortunately, we could have probably waited that out a bit longer. I wonder if Ash has Middle of Man. It's not outside the realm possibility. Jeff is going to try and keep the corners. So there must have been someone on the gen that the Ash was on after we had oppression to... Wow, that was a close one. Yeah, he's looking behind him a lot, so he's not really squirrely, but he's just using corners to his advantage. You can kind of see that by him looking behind him so much. Oppression is up, of course. Let's also keep that in mind if we do come across a gen that's already active. See, that wasn't a good use, in my opinion, because now we're just going to break. He's going to be injured one way or another. Yo, what's up, Giraffe? How goes it? Let's break this, and then go and chase. Now, unless Ash healed himself, that should have been another person off a gen, which is good news. Question of the day is, what gen are they on now? And we do see the Ash once again. Not a bad target to follow, I suppose. He doesn't seem to be too great when going against their shots. Alright, so that was the other gen that they had worked on too. Sorry, Ashy boy. Don't want to play this. It looks like everyone's here pretty much. Might as well get a hit on LD, get everyone injured, and see if we can go for some multiple downs. That'd be our ideal scenario here. Let's get a sharpshooter. She's going to try and get behind the tree. Now, we don't get her, but we at least get some distance on her. She will go to this pallet and attempt to drop it early. Or not. Instead, we'll mind game it. Break it. She's on the inside, so this works out for me. And she will not get that ball. Alright. Well, there's no gens nearby me that are currently active, so it's better for me just to get the hook, get the pop, and find a gen ASAP. One crow did get disturbed over there. Keep that in mind. And that was not me or LD from the last 20 seconds, so someone is here waiting for the unhook. I hear Ash. Yeah, he's going for the unhook right now. Hello, Ash. Thought you couldn't get that shot, did you? I think not. Let's get him up on a hook now. And now he just secured a second pop goes the Weasel. But these guys are working on gens pretty well. Right now we're 1 for 1 on gens to hooks. It is not exactly the best. I don't know if you want to do that, to be honest, Jeff. I really don't. I think that might actually be a mistake on your part. Ash is not going to respect Save the Best for last. She has a key, by the way. She must have appraisal, because I don't think she came in with it. Alright, both of them are in this one tile, which is great for us. So he's to the right, she's to the left. Let's down him. Yeah, the fourth person, the Meg, has been on gens this entire time, and that's actually what's scaring me right now, is that one person's been focused on gens. Even though we're applying this much pressure, it's not really meaning much. Also, what's up, Carl? Thank you much for the lurk. I appreciate you. Alright, Ashy boy, how goes it? I think that's been more than 60 seconds, so let's get you up on hook again. See if we can get you out of the match. Alright, goodbye, Ash. Now the question is, where's the LD? Looks like LD got healed. We're gonna assume that that was the Meg. Crows go off behind the truck. And Pat, how's it going? Thank you much for the raid. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. How are you all doing today? Hopefully you all are doing well. For those who do not know me, I am Mark, aka Gilty. I'm an educational killer main, here to teach killers how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Today is Win Streak Wednesday, where we are playing the Deathslinger. So hopefully you're into some rootin' tootin' shootin' cowboys, because that is what we're going to be doing today. This LD, I'm not sure what she's thinking. Maybe she's looking for Hatch at this point. Would make sense. And what's up, Peppercap? What's up, Slasher? Thank you much for all you stopping by and saying hi. Would love to have you here as part of the Guilty Ones if you are interested. Alright, let's get LD up on the hook. That is her second hook. We would like to get her out of the match, an ideal scenario, of course. Let's take a look. We do see them on that gen there. Let's see if they get it in time, or are we going to get a pop on it instead? I think we got a pop, and Jeff went over to the right. Yo, what's up, Golden Penguin? How goes it? Just eating some food? What type of food, out of curiosity? Anything good? So far, the game's just started. How's your stream, Pat? Hopefully they went well. Oh, I think that we actually had the shot there. We just didn't have the distance. It was worth a shot, though. Oh, wow. That was actually a pretty good dodge by the Jeff, not gonna lie. We'll get the hit here nonetheless. And we'll be able to reload with Save the Best for last. Right now, with us on 8 stacks, because we haven't seen the Meg this entire game, mind you. We've been in a pretty good position. Jeff's going to dodge this way. And down goes the Jeff. Yo, what's up, Senile Vet? Good to see you again, my friend. Good to see you again. What have you been up to today? Anything much? When really good, games start off rough, but really having fun near the end. Hey, that's what matters. As long as they're having fun, that is what matters at the end of the day. So I'm really happy to hear that. Now, everyone is on Deathhook, except for the Megan. I'm pretty certain of that fact. I have not seen Hatch just yet, but I fear that the LD is looking for it. Yeah, we're gonna ignore the Meg and kill the LD. She's the one with the key, of course. It could be a green key for all we know, but still. Let's get some distance on her. We're not gonna get a hit, but we at least keep our distance. Also, it forces the Meg to go for the unhook on the Jeff. Also, Giraffe, thank you much for the sub. I appreciate you. Alright, LD, down you go. Time to get that key out of the game. It is 2 months already. It's hard to believe. I think it's only been like 3 months since we've actually been an affiliate too. Pulls up, indeed. For those who are new, if you are interested in determining the outcome of this match and seeing if a survivor lives or dies, you guys can vote in the poll to give these survivors a hook or a hatch. Now, I do see someone around here. We saw scratch marks. Scratch marks heading over towards the middle from the looks of things. And then that's the Jeff. Maybe he's going for the LD's key is my thought process there. If you kind of look at where he is. Interesting. Now, Meg's also over here. You know, normally, actually, let's break. Eh, you know what? I'm on 6 stacks. I can... Yeah, she has the key too. We need to ensure that she does not find the hatch, and if she does... No, 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 Jeff. I don't think so. She might be able to get out, but I'm not going to let you get out too. I think not. Alright, and let's see. What is the verdict, by the way? Oh, is it a split tie? Jesus. Well, we are in a bit of a chase with the Jeff, mind you. So this can take a while if you guys want to re-pull. Never mind. Oh, key? That's a hook? Fair point, fair point. I mean, I think at this point, it is a tie, so I guess the decision goes to me. And you know what? With that key and that very close play, I think that Jeff dies. I think that's a fair assessment. That was a close one. We almost lost our 6 win streak on Deathslinger from that one key. For those who are not aware, we are doing a race to 50 win streaks on each killer. So if you do want to check that out, you can do !streak. You want to copy the entire link and you can see what our streaks are on, what the current is, what the best was. And right now I believe Deathslinger is on a 7 win streak. That was my key. Yo, what's up, Psycho Waifu? GG's, yeah, I figured that they were going to go try and pick that up and exit. That's why I was trying to get you out of the match. What are your win conditions? So my win conditions are to get either 3K and have 1 person get hatch, or a 4K. If 2 people exit with a key, it still counts as a loss. So it is very, very difficult. And as you can see, we do not use win streaks either. And GG Bubble, GG Psycho, thank you much both for stopping by, saying hi. Very well, going to give a follow. I appreciate you, Psycho Waifu. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. Happy to have you here. And Wardy Bubble, thank you much for the follow as well. For those who are not already, make sure you go over to our Discord where you can be notified when we go live, chat with me while we're offline, as well as chat with the community as well. They are a bunch of sweethearts. You will love it there. And Roller Rocket Science, thank you much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing, amazing day. We also... for those who aren't aware, want to reiterate, today is Win Streak Wednesday. Normally, we'd be able to spin the Wheel of Killer, where you guys would be able to see the DVD randomizer, as well as our win streaks here. But since we are not, we are playing nothing but the Deathslinger, and you can see all of our wins right here on the board. I don't think that's actually updated. Give me 1 second. What's up, Susie Cutie Pie? Thank you much for the GGs. How you doing today? Hopefully you all are doing well. Let me update the win streak real quick, though, so that way you guys can see the updated one. But I'm having a lot of fun with these win streaks. It's always a good time playing with a specific killer like this. All right, should be updated. Yeah, Meg, I could not find you for the life of me, by the way. It was very difficult, to say the least. But this is our updated win streak. We can see here we did lose a few double-digit win streaks, but right now Deathslinger should be on 7, so pretty good, all things considered. I can't complain. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. I think what I'm going to do while we don't have the DVD randomizer up, I'll probably create a new scene where it has the game and the win streak alike. Allergies to cats pains you? I feel that, Carl. I feel that. I'm not allergic to cats, but I can't imagine living my life without pets in some capacity. I don't know. But hopefully you're able to take some allergy meds and don't go too far into an allergic reaction. I know I get hay fever whenever my allergies kick in. Alright though. In my mind, a 2K is an ideal match outcome. To be honest, you're not wrong, Roller Rocket Science. Like, that is, in my opinion, the best outcome in top gameplay. So I also, for those who do not know and who are new here, I also play competitive Dead by Daylight. I'm both a competitor as well as a commentator over at Vigo's Court. And so when I'm playing against some of the best survivors in the game, and I do mean some of the best, they are ridiculous, mind you. I personally look at a 2K as an absolute victory because I will stand by the fact that this game at the top level of play is survivor-sided. Pure, plain, simple. And so a 2K is absolutely an ideal outcome in my opinion. Would 100% agree with that. But for us here, as we're playing pubs, we'll sometimes play against some of those really good players, especially the upcoming MMR changes. I imagine they'll be challenged a little bit more, but if we can get that 4K, all the better. Either that or the 3K plus hatch. Sometimes, you know, I don't like the slug for the 4K, so I'm fine with them getting hatch. All good, Carl, all good. No one ever needs to apologize for not being able to be here. I appreciate your support, just your thought of stopping by, saying hi, whether it's a lurk or whatnot. Life comes into play, and just know that I appreciate it nonetheless. And I thank you for all the support you give. Whether that be chatting over in the Discord, lurking over here, or just being a part of the community. We love you too, Carl. Alright, Mount Ormond Resort, also known as the Streakender, along with Mother's Dwelling in Disturbed War. Let's see if we can bring this one from the clutches of defeat. Thankfully, we see a very, very quick spawn there, right to our left. Yo, what's up, Pammy? How you doing? The real win condition is having fun. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. Alright, she vaults. This is a maze tile, which is a god-awful thing for me to find this early. I don't really want to be chasing her around here, to be honest, but c'est la vie. Still 360 attempt. Not going to work out. Unfortunately, this is a non-obsession. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly oppression this gen and get other people off of theirs real quick. At least get it regressing and get some info. We see 2 gens. That is 20% regression right there. That is amazing. Like, people really do pass up over oppression, but, like, in the right moments like that, it is beautiful to see. So we hear one in middle. We're gonna get a hit on her. I was thinking about shooting her, but then she walked towards me for some reason. Maybe confused because of monitoring abuse. She's being a bit squirrely, trying to dodge us. Imagine you might have a dead hard. No dead hard. Perfect. So we know what other gen they're on over to the left. Let's get her hooked up along the way and see if we can pop that gen real quick. Thank you, I appreciate that, Roller Rocket Science. It's kind of one of the things that I'm good at. I'm here to commentate everything that I do because I am an educational killer. And the reason why I talk like this is so that way you guys always understand what exactly I'm doing. And you can kind of learn from it bit by bit, whether it be the mind games or what have you. I went to the wrong gen. That is atrocious, actually. They'll come for the unhook, though, since they're over this direction. We see another non-obsession. This is good for us. She's going over to the pallet. I think it's a bit early to do that, but she'll try and loop probably. Now, doing that's a mistake against Deathslinger because I can shoot you and injure you with or without the pallet drop. So, yeah, you robbed me of, like, a save the best for last stack, but that's about it. Let's keep her on that side, but, like, oh. You know, I wasn't really expecting you to get mind gamed into a vault like that, but I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain at all. So let's head over to middle, because I do believe I heard them on that gen. Last time I heard it, it was close to 2 still. It is around there still. More like 1. We'll pop oppression real quick. Get some info. I do hear someone also injured. And wow, that procced probably right around the time that the oppression Trigger was about to strike. That is a shame. They do get the unhook, and let's see who that is. Now, I did hear the injured Fang in the middle, so it's not her. The Kate's still here without BT, so she'll go down. I mentioned that she has DS, so we're not going to pick her up right away. Steve, or not Steve, that's Quentin. Quentin trying to get our attention. We'll chase him because we are afraid of DS. Let's take a look. See, Quentin continues to shack. One person in middle from the looks of things. We're going to fall off the Quentin because going for a long chase like that with a 110 killer is just not ideal. I was hoping to get just a hit on the Elodie, at least gain some distance on her, but to no avail. Looks like they're going over the God Palette, but then probably drop down. We do see one person picking up the Kate, and I think now's our perfect time to down and hook the Kate again. Quentin trying to take aggro, but goes the same way that she is. He'll get hit. With State of Best for last, 4 stacks is more than enough for me to make that play without an issue. We know that Kate's still nearby too, so let's keep that in mind. But let's pop the middle gen with oppression. Get everything regressing if possible. Let's reload. And we'll vault him through bar. Ooh, that's pretty close. That's a shame right there. That is like a real bad shame. That might result in the loss of this match, to be honest. Like, if we were able to stop that, then maybe it would have been worth our while, but now it's in a pretty difficult position. Alright. Let's take a look-see. Still nothing. Well, might as well oppression, get gens regressing. That way, whatever gens they're not on, we'll get at 100% regression, as if I kick them. Elodie continues to a no-man's zone, though. That's a Maze Tile too, so it's not worth our time to pursue that. If anything, we want to probably go after the injured Quentin. Let's take a look and see where they are. They're healed up. I imagine they healed under hook based on that timing. It might be on this gen immediately after. No. Alright, what gens do you want to keep is the question. None of them are really in a great spot. They're all in a pretty much a 2-1-1 split. So we're going to have to play this very carefully. Might have to slug out a few times here to make this work. Elodie's over here. She is the obsession. We want to avoid her if possible to get the most value out of our perks. Got some strange lag there. That was odd. We do see someone over here now. Yep, that's on 3-cell. Let's hit her. We'll be able to immediately get another hit. Pretty much right after. She's not going to get much distance, so we're okay to reload here. Alright, Kate, what's the game plan? You're probably going to go upstairs, vault down? Is that it? Doesn't look like she looks behind her, unless she has, like, a bounced landing, which it would seem that she does. And we shot early. We're a bit too aggressive. We need to get this Elodie off of here. They're on comms based on this behavior. They know that this gen was almost finished. And we don't have enough stacks. Yeah, this game's over. So at this moment in time, it looks like they're not on any gen. These 2 gens we need to keep if possible. I hear someone over here. That's Elodie. That's Kate. Kate's over here. I don't think she makes this vault in time. Or she does because I just took a horrible shot. She's going to vault now. And just early. Yeah, I'm panicking a bit. We see Quentin here. Elodie's still back here. And did Ellie go back onto the gen? She did not. Yeah, she's over there. Now this game's way too over now. Ooh, hold on. That's a 10% regression. Plus the fact that we saw Kate here a moment ago. Why was she here while still injured? That's the interesting part. Now let's get the Thingman. Non-obsession's a good hit. She'll go upstairs. I also see the Kate going into middle as well for some reason. If I had to assume anything, the Elodie is back on the other gen. Kate down. What can we do here to bring back this game? Like, I'm trying to honestly think, and I don't think there's much. Because we're going to have to pop the gen. Hold on. Elodie's not on a gen. Hold the phone. Elodie's not on a gen. Thingman's here. We'll hit you. Elodie's still in front of us. You'll drop that. Will you vault down? That's gonna get you stunned for long enough to where I can drop down here, get a good line of sight. They get off the hook, that's fine. Wow, she stopped just before. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or by accident. They're gonna go upstairs and try and get the Feng Min. No chance of that. We see Quentin. If we can keep up this pressure, then maybe, just maybe we can make this work. We're gonna pop this gen now, which is our primary objective. Oppression's gonna regress some other generators on top of which. So maybe we can bring this back and save our streak. Quentin's still here, we can see that much. No, it's Elodie. She hesitated. She'll get down for it. Quentin's there. He did not gen tap, that's okay. Dead hard. Nicely done. Not sure he's gonna go for the pickup on Elodie or what. Let's reload. Man, what I would give for a reload add-on, let me tell you what. Alright, we'll go back for the Elodie. Feng Min's still here. Her BT's up if she has it. No, it's a bit early. Alright, that'll be 6 hooks. Everyone's still halfway to death. Not the greatest situation for us to be in. We'll pop this again, but I am afraid about the other corner gen. Alright, Crow comes back in 20 seconds over there. Feng Min's still around the area. Yep, she continued over to the corner. Let's take a look at where that gen is. That's at 1 sill. That gen is not worked on at all. Holy hell. We might be able to bring this back after all. Okay, has it been 60 seconds? I don't think it has. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over here, oppression this gen first, getting all gens regressing, and 10% if anyone's on it. Then go back for the Fang, hook her. They finally got the unhook over there, and now if they jump back on it, we'll be able to get another Pop Goes the Weasel. Alright, trying to think. Is Feng Min dead? I don't think she is. I think that's second hook. No, she's dead. Here we go. I think Quentin's the only one who has not been hooked twice. So that's good for us. Scratch marks. Elodie's still injured. Let's go for the Elodie. Get her out of the game. I was hoping that she was camping the hook. She was not, though. Now, she just got off a hook, so we're going to take our time, pop this gen real quick. They healed the Kate. And let's see if she still has DS. That would be unfortunate if so. If not, though, this might turn the tide. Yep. I mean, you also get that, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world for that to happen. Yep, that was the version. She's on this corner. Let's down her now. We do lose a couple stacks of State of Best for last, though, which is unfortunate, though. It's not something that I would prefer, but hey, if it means we gotta kill, we gotta kill. Alright, no one's on that gen. Let's head over to the other corner gen. See where they are between these two here. 10% regression there, which means that they're not gonna be able to finish it right away. Oppression and pop her up, too. Hold on. That gen's not even close to being finished either. Interesting. Scratch marks did go this way as well as a disturbed crow, but we're gonna actually go back for the Elodie. I think that's our best play right now, and we see the Quentin over there, which is perfect. We could actually get the Elodie out of the game and really turn the tide for this match. Like, we've already brought it back from the clutches of defeat, but like killing her, especially because she does not have DS, I think it's the right move. Sorry, Elodie, but you played yourself. Quentin's still back there, but we don't care about that. We know that someone else is on the gen over there, so he can stay over here with the silent gen. And now I believe it's either Quentin or Kate's on Death Hook. Not entirely sure who, though. And that gen is on 2 sills. Crows have not been disturbed anywhere, though. If you notice that, like, this entire area has not been disturbed by crows, meaning that the Kate is crouching around here. She's taking her time. Yeah, there she is. I knew that as fact. She'll drop early. And gets down. I think Kate's dead, which means that I think Quentin's the only one left. So I believe that should be a win. It could be Calm Spirit, maybe. It's not outside the realm possibility. Alright, and what say you? No hatch for the Quentin. Fair enough. Not even sure where hatch is. We definitely have not seen it in this corner of the map, that's for sure. Quentin was back over here on this gen from the sound of things. Wait, is he still there? No, no. Quentin was on the exit gate, or hatch. Nicely done. GG, well played, though. I am honestly shocked that we're able to bring that back like that. 8 wins for Deathslinger now. I got a lurk, dude, but I hope you have a great rest of your stream. I appreciate that, Pat Car. Thank you very much. And for those who do not know, actually, mods, I forgot to say this to you, but I did get the shout out command up and running, so let's give a shout out to Pat Car for giving us a raid, so make sure you go check them out. Though, why is it not working? I definitely set it up. SO at Pat Car? Pretty sure I set it up. Oh, check out target name over at target URL. They are playing target game. Cloudbot no work. I'll fix that later. Apologies about that. Let me just do this instead. Where is the link? Ah, that's Twitter, not link. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. Apologies about that fact. But let's just drop Pat Carr's link in chat instead. No, I wouldn't try the shout out. I think that Streamlabs a little bit busted right now is all. I'll have to address that post-stream. Yeah, it's just saying check out target name over target URL. Why? I don't know. Streamlabs just being stupid? Yeah, seems like it. Seems like it. I'll have to go check that out while we're loaded in. Try and get that up and running. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate Giraffe. Thank you, thank you. No worries, Pat Car. So everyone at the Guilty Ones, please go check out Pat Car. They are nice enough to entrust their community to us. Let's head over there and say hi. But hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon, mate. Alright, Streamlabs. Why no work? That is the question of the day. Commands, SO. Yeah, so template, SO. Let me just delete that real quick. Add command. SO, chat, permissions, moderator, streamer. Should be good. So according to this, it should be working properly. We'll find out in a second, though. Let me try it now. Those 25 point need redemption. Ah, that's true, that's true. What are the outfits? What are outfits we have? I think the only other outfit that we have is the Frontier Vigilante. So it's just this. It's Smoothhead versus Custom-Made Custer. Unless you guys want to buy more skins for Deathslinger, those are your choices. There's also, of course, the default. Default Slinger. Normal boy? Alright, sounds like a plan. Normal boy, it is. But yeah, let's try out the command now. SO at Patcar. Maybe I don't need the at? Is that maybe what's causing the issue? I don't know. Either that's just Cloudbot being Cloudbot and being a bot. Yep, just okay. SO Patcar. Okay, thank you for trying that out. Pretty sure it's the at. Yeah, I don't know. I set up the template right, so it should be working properly. I've tested out before. Verdict is... yeah. Looks like Streamlabs being Streamlabs. Alright, I'll have to take a look at it post-stream and figure out why it's not working. C'est la vie. Might be on cooldown? Probably. Probably it is. Am I still using wall hacks? Always. You can go over to, the Gilty... let's see. Trying to think of a name for a cheating website. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But what's up, Pex? How's it going, mate? Okay, so it's without the at. Interesting. I would have figured that it was with the at. That's funny. Alright, Ironworks of Misery, GiltyHack.com, indeed. There we go. There we go. Yes, I'm using my wall hacks from GiltyHacks.com. We got a god-awful spawn, but let's go check out Shack real quick, see if they're over here. So far, no crows have been disturbed, so... Oh, there we go. Hi, Jakey boy. I'm not sure what your game plan was there, but unfortunately you are an obsession, which I'm... Hi? Are you okay? I get a sense that you're not okay. Upsie daisy. Well, that was an early down, one of which I will not complain about, to say the least. Dwight went over that way. Yeah, Jake is sharing all 0 brain cells that these survivors have. And just teabagging in front of a Deathslinger. Yeah, the brain cells have left the chat, pretty much. I'm not sure what the game plan was, not sure if he's sandbagging, not sure he's about to suicide, but hey. I'll take an early down like that. We do see the Dwighty boy. Hello, Dweet. How goes it? No, I don't think so, buddy. Now, I have no idea what generators they're on. It looks like there's probably... No, it's impossible for 2 people. So is that a brand new part, maybe? That had to have been a brand new part, I think. Because I don't think that was long enough for them to finish one entire gen without aid of some sort. So that is a bit shocking. So I'm not sure if we saw anyone come in with a toolbox, but that'd be my guess. But proof would require 2 people, and unless maybe they spawned on a gen together, and while both Dwight and Jake are being chased, they have proof, that'd be the only thing that I can think of. Alright, though, let's take a look. So I'm imagining that they're on one of these 2 gens based on where the Jake was hooked. I do see someone on that gen, so we'll have both Oppression as well as Hop. You're not respecting Monitoring Abuse, which is excellent for me, because we might be able to get a cheeky down here. No, it's a bit off. I was hoping that she would continue that way. We'll pop Oppression first, and then go for her. We know where roughly 3 of them are. We don't know where the 4th one is. And it looks like she might be going for the save. Though, looks like, I'm gonna guess Jake did first. It's possible it's the... Yeah, it was the Jake. It was indeed. You're lucky, Dwight. I would have absolutely gone for you again. You don't have BT right now. Jake, you're not a Wraith, please. A little bit off my shot there. A little bit aggressive, especially if only 1 stack of save. He goes upstairs. We're not chasing that. I do not care to chase upstairs at all. Especially not on a 110 slinger. He vaults in. Be my guest. Oh, hi, Dwight. Dead hard? There's a pretty late dead hard, too. I'm gonna ignore him. Yeah, that has to be a Prove Thyself. So the Kate or the Steve have Prove Thyself. Based on that, I think it's without a doubt in my mind now. Oh, sorry, Nia, not Kate. It's a blonde-haired Nia. Scratch marks were over here. There we go. That's what I thought. Let's get another stack of save. Bit early. Criminy, we're just not getting our hits right now. Need to still warm up, I guess. No. You're not going to make that, though. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Think Nia has proved. That would make sense, in my opinion. One of them has to. Monster Mars today? Yeah, pretty much. Monster Mars is very lethal, especially with that reduced terror radius. If you add Infectious Fright on top of which, even more so. I get a feeling that the Steve and the Nia are currently in a Swift. Based on the way that he's acting, it would only make sense. He's going for some aggressive saves, so... He's looking behind him. He's trying to avoid a shot. So we're going to not take it and just let him mind game himself for a bit for some distance. And let's get him now. Let me just check on this. We do have Pop Goes the Weasel. Might as well throw that out now. Yo, what's up, Drop Shots? How's it going, my friend? What have you been up to? Anything much? Get some other gens regress. We do see crows there, but I do know that Deathslinger's shot does disturb crows within like 24 meters or something absurd like that. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm not necessarily certain that there's a person over there. Alright, we definitely need to get someone into second state because I feel like everyone's been hooked once now, which is not exactly the greatest move for us. We ideally want to get someone into death state soon. Hello, Jake. Let's see. All right, let's get Jake down. He will be in the second state now, and I think he's going to be my target for the first kill. It's unfortunate because he is our obsession, so we're going to have to eat a DS off of someone in order to save State of Us for last. Discordance isn't bad. Discordance isn't bad at all. I personally like my Oppression pop build, but Discordance definitely has some value. Imagine that they gen tapped this. They did. That is Steve. We don't need to do that just yet. That's a State of Best, or not save, Sprint Burst, which basically is Survivor save. He'll try and go for a pallet. He won't make it in time, though, before us getting a hit. Steve will be our next target after the Jake. That's a good dodge. He's being a bit squirrely. Let's see. We'll get the hit. Do we get him around the corner? We do. And not many objects to break around, so we'll get the down. My guess is that they're in middle. So let's get a hook over near here and then go for a pop oppression. That's a 10% regression in the corner. I think we can get another 10% if we oppression a gen. Question of the day. Are they in middle? They are not. So let's head back to this gen then and get a pop oppression going. I feel like it just hurt someone to my right. Hard to say, though. Maybe. Maybe not. Gens regressing. No regressions on gens from oppression, though, which is interesting. So maybe they're not on gens right now for some reason. Why that is, I don't know. Someone also has will make it because that was a pretty quick heal on the Steve, which is slightly concerning. Based on scratch marks, it is the Dwight. Dwight is the will make it player. So keep that in mind if he goes for some unhooks. Let's get some hits on the non-obsession. He does not drop. Instead, he's going to go for the vault. He keeps in the middle, which is good on him. But if he goes for the vault, he's going to die. Best thing for him would be going for the pallet. That's 2. And let's hit him on the corner. Doesn't sound like the gen's been worked on there. So 3 people on death hook, 1 person on 1 hook. Nia's the only person on 1 hook right now. We do see scratch marks going towards us for some reason. Alright. Let's take a look. You want to find a Steve and Nia ASAP because, once again, we are assuming that they have proof. Nia was right over here. She's hiding now. Let's get a hit on her. Get the hit. And then ignore her for a second. Well, oppression pop. No oppression triggers, once again. Interestingly enough. They do go for the unhook. I want to imagine that's the Nia based on the blood. Maybe, though. No, that's a Jake. Oh my god, it's all 3 of them. Well, that's unfortunate for the Dwight, because this is just a bad... I'm just going to break it. He's going to get stunned. We see exactly where he is. He's boxed in. Might as well kill him, right? See if he has DS, I suppose. Dead hard. Alright, Dwight. Time for you to get out of the game. Don't see anyone else. It's not been 60 seconds, so this is a bit of a risky play. But we'll make it. Alright. Worked out in my favor. More scratch marks over here on the LT wall, heading towards us, not away. There they are. I saw that arm poking through. Hello, Nia. How goes it? With State of Best for last, we'll be able to get her on the kissing booth right away. And that Nia is down. Perfect. I want to say that puts her on second hook now. And where exactly are they as far as gens are concerned? That's my only other fear. I have no actual info on that. They are or were on that gen over there. Let's just take a quick peek. Looks like it's silent, so that's not there. What about the hill? Silent. They got the unhook pretty quick, so I want to say that was the Jake. And this is also silent. I don't think they're on any generators right now, which is insane. Hello, Steve. I don't think so, buddy boy. Nia's gonna try and come for the body block. Not gonna happen. Let's get more stacks. I mean, if you want to stay within my line of sight there, Nia, that's just a bad idea. Well, let's get you out of that pallet. And you know what? I'm gonna transfer who my obsession is right now. There we go. Perfect. That gets you 5 seconds to get away, by the way. After that, you're dead. Jake is healed up. Where is Steve? I hear Steve right here. Getting healed up. No, he's upstairs. Come on now, Stevie boy. I don't think you're gonna make it that quickly. Jake drops down. He's no longer the obsession, so we can kill him off. Looks like he might have bounced landing based on that play. I want to say that's the Nia over there in that corner. We're going to pretend as if we're still chasing him and down her. Now we're going to kill her off on 6 stacks to save the best for last. And we're golden, pretty much. Like, this is the best place for me to be right now. What have only been better is if I would have grabbed her instead. But I won't I won't complain too much. Alright, if I was a Jake, where would I go now? Oh, there is that Jake or Steve? That is Steve, perfect. He's also on Death Hook. So it is time for the poll with the last 2 survivors here. How that missed both of them, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's actually a testament to the hitboxes that are Deathslinger. And Steve seemed to have double backed. That was a good play by him. He ducked down, plus he stopped. He's going to be on an LT wall, which is kind of where I find myself most comfortable in these mind games. Case in point. And... a little bit close. I need to get better with my shots, to be honest. I'm a little bit aggressive with them, and normally that'd be okay if I'm using add-ons for the reload. But in this case, where we're not, it's a bit of an issue. Alright, down goes the Jake, and what's the verdict on Hatch? Hook or Hatch for the Stevie boy? And looks like no to the Hatch. Sounds like a plan. Alright, out goes Jake, and no idea where Hatch has spawned, actually. It just spawned on the death of the Nia, so you wouldn't have seen it in our travels. Oh, we see Steve, though, and he is still injured. Excuse me, I need to get some water. Clear my throat. Let's see if he's able to find it before we can get to him. He'll drop that pallet early, I think. Let's push him into an area where he's already been. Oh, wow. Okay. He has a good last-minute dodge, I will say. Stevie boy. I see where you're going. I don't think so. Alright, upsy daisy. What is Twitch being buggy? I would only assume so at times. Unfortunately, Twitch be twitching. Alright, we should be able to get him up onto the hill, no problem. I think this back hook over here would be a bit too far. Sorry, Stevie Wonder. The guilty ones have spoken, and they have called for your death. GG, well played to these survivors. Yep, it is only Deathslinger today. We're going to see how far we can get him as far as his win streak's concerned. I believe right now he is on a 9 win streak. Win streak Wednesday. Yeah, so it was a Prove Thyself. We were right about that. No brand new parts either. Prove Thyself on... who was that? I think that was the Steve, right? Steve, yes it was. So that would answer why they were able to get those gens so quickly. And then 2 bounce landings, 1 dead hard, 1 sprint burst. Fair enough. Alright. Show how far it is? Yes, exactly. Yes, you can always tell how far along a gen has been worked on by the cylinders. It's why I'll usually say, like, okay, this gen's on 2 sil, this gen's on 3 sil. You know, this one is almost finished because It's on like 4 cylinders firing, but not complete. It's the only moving part of the generator. It's the best way to figure out where exactly they are as far as the progression of the gen is concerned. For you to be an efficient killer, you need to know what gens to hit, what gens to not. That's why if I have oppression but not pop, I'll hit gens that are very low, whereas if I have someone down, I'll do that prior to me picking up for a Pop Goes the Weasel on an already, worked on gen. Oh, you're good, Roller Rocket Science. No worries at all. Never need to apologize unless you have, genuinely did something wrong, but that's not something to apologize for. You are good to go. Alright. The only thing that I am curious about with Deathslinger is whether I do want to remove Oppression and use Corrupt Intervention instead. The early game is probably one of the hardest parts of a Deathslinger match, but I feel like Oppression does get a lot of value if used appropriately. Sometimes you get those, 20% regressions because 2 people are on either the same or individual gens, and it is amazing when it works out. Oh no, Corrupt Intervention? I mean, it's a good perk. It's a good perk on pretty much every killer. Every killer that's like a setup killer definitely needs it. The Plagues, the Doctors, even the Legions, I would say. It's all, a really good setup perk. But Deathslinger, I'm not entirely certain. It is a Felix. It was 2, and now it's 1. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I imagine there are a lot of perks that a lot of people don't like if you're playing Survivor main, of course. Whether that be Pop, Ruin, Undying. Even Save the Best for Last on the right hand is an amazing, amazing perk. Devour Hope, Ruin, Discordance, Barbecue. It's a good build. A lot of people don't expect that. But I think that personally, Save the Best for Last, Pop, Oppression, Monitor is probably some of the best. You could probably sub out Oppression for Corrupt Intervention or Barbecue, but that's about it. Yo, what's up, Golden Penguin? I'm doing pretty well, man. Doing pretty well. How about you? What have you been up to recently? Anything much? Yeah, so if I would say Oppression is like a flex spot between Corrupt, Barbecue, and I'd say that's about it. I think that, honestly, Monitored Abuse, Pop Goes Weasel, Save the Best for Last are probably the 3 best perks that I would always say are good for him. Franklin's, it's a necessary evil sometimes. We'll use it if we see multiple keys. 1 key, that's fine, we can play around 1 key, but like multiple keys, we'll bring in Franklin's for that reason. We do see multiple flashlights, though. We'll keep that in mind. And then we keep on losing players, apparently. Don't know why. But 2 flashlights mean we just need to worry about the flashlight save. We do get downs either in pallets or open areas without a wall to look into. Just something to keep in mind, of course. I also want to quickly open up some other streamers. So for those who don't know, and I don't think I've really mentioned it too much, but I've created a Discord for people that are Dead by Daylight streamers. There are some requirements to get there, of course. But the cool thing about it is that it's called Children of the Fog, and it's just a little way for Dead by Daylight creators to interact with one another, collaborate, rate each other, so on and so forth, right? It's a lot of fun right now. We're still in like the building phase of it all, but it's been really cool, and I've interacted with some really cool people this way now, so I'm very happy about it. Ooh, 50 followers. Who just hit 50? Golden Penguin did. I feel like I already follow you, Golden Penguin, but in case I don't, let me double check. Hold up. I do not. In that case, I will drop a follow as well. I don't watch too much like Roblox and stuff like that, but I'll drop a follow, help out, get you towards that affiliate. But congratulations, that's very exciting. I know it can be a struggle. No worries, Golden Penguin, we're always here to support each other. No worries, mate, no worries. Alright. Exactly, follows are free. Thank you, Dropshot. I appreciate you, mate. That really means a lot. Like, as I've said before, my mission statement for streaming is to make people's lives better in some capacity, whether that be by teaching you something new, making you smile, making you laugh, having us, you know, look forward to something in your day. And, you know, for you guys to tell me that I've succeeded in that, that means the world to me. And, you know, in that breath, I find myself successful in everything that I've done. So, thank you guys. I appreciate you all. I want to stream DVD, but I can't because my computer isn't the greatest. I feel that, Penguin. I feel that. I'm trying to think if there's, like, any ways around it. I'm not sure if you, like, have a computer with an NVIDIA. You could probably do, like, NVIDIA Shadow Play and see if maybe you could get some boosted performance that way, but yeah. Only streamer I can watch for 4 hours. I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you. And what's up, Carl? Perk is Blood Echo and Follow Train. Always lag when streaming? Yeah, normally that's because your bandwidth is probably not good enough, so it might be a problem with your download rate. You might want to ask your ISP about that. But yeah. I say this why I praise I can because it took me a week to get 30 minutes into playthrough of Silent Hill. I really do appreciate that. It looks like we got a DC. My word. I swear to God, this lobby was atrocious. That is really awesome, Penguin. Actually, did Penguin just reach 60 now? That's awesome. Yeah, it was pretty much just us sitting there waiting for them to DC. I have no idea what just happened. I wonder, what day is console maintenance day for Dead by Daylight? Is that Wednesday, or is that another day? I wonder if that could be a problem today. Gotta take away those wins now? Yeah. It is Wednesday. Okay, so I was right. Maybe the console doesn't have a maintenance day? I swear to God it does, because I know it can happen with, like, the 80... It's not 8012 error on consoles, like 8015, 8016 or something like that. Having any issues on console other than that crash? Alright, so in that case, yeah, it's just people DCing, I guess. Fun times. DVD says guilt doesn't deserve rights? Pretty much. I've not seen console maintenance before. Okay, so I guess it's just the console error code when servers are actually down versus Steam maintenance, which is the 8012 error, which happens every Tuesday around, like, 5, 6 o'clock-ish, one of those two. No worries, Penguin. We're always here to support each other. And so we love you too. I feel like I've recognized this Claudette. This name seems familiar for some reason. I'm not sure if it's maybe just a meme from something or if we've played against them before. But I have this slight feeling that we do. I do like their profile pic. It's a Hunter x Hunter profile pic. That was a good anime when I watched that. I would love for them to continue that series, but I'm not sure if they are. Alrighty, though. Playing Michael, look at the left. You know what? Michael really does love his spaghetti. We'll have to, I'll have to get Deathslinger here to grab some spaghetti and bring it over. Didn't like Hunter x Hunter? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, not everyone's gonna like everything, and that's completely reasonable. I personally, I go to everything with very low expectations, so I'm always pleasantly surprised no matter what the content is. It's very rare that I don't like something. You know, I'm expecting a lot of Haddonfield because of the tome challenges. I'm just not happy to see it. Explain the spaghetti to me. It's a bit of a joke that I'm not sure if it originated before your time, Giraffe. Interesting. Yeah, Haddonfield's gonna be rough. Not sure. I mean, it's not bad, it's not great. Unfortunately, the volt spots for most of Haddonfield results in a drop down, which means we can't get a kissing boost scenario. Yep, exactly. Michael just wants more spaghetti. He's a hungry, hungry boy, that's why. I'm older than you, I think, Gilt. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you are older than me by a couple years. Yeah, time on stream, not before my time. Oh. Alright, based on our spawn. Now, they could still spawn behind Myers' house, just based on where we are. They are here, right in front of us, though. And they haven't looked behind them just yet because they probably haven't recognized that the tear radius is so close. We did hear a generator. I want to say Myers' house was being worked on slightly. And scratch marks continue all the way around. She's just leading me right now. You might want to drop over to buy Myers' house, honestly. Try and get an oppression going, slowing down the game, because they're just going to continue running around this. We're not going to be able to get any value whatsoever. So let's head over to Myers' house, get an oppression off. Oh, hold on. I hear him here. Perfect. That's a 10% regression by itself. And let's get you going this way. She'll go downstairs. And to the right, we'll get a hit. Unfortunately, that is on a obsession, so no stacks to save the best for last, unfortunately. But let's get an impression going. Get some 10% regressions elsewhere. A little bit late, but that is House of Pain, and that's pretty bad for us, all things considered. So I'll take that as an okay loss. Not my favorite thing to see, but okay. Taking a look around. No one there. What about up here? No one up there either. Meg still might have gone back upstairs. We do see scratch marks going back in. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to make some dinner soon, Frankie, before too long. Scratch marks upstairs again. This time it's the Nia. Let's see if she gets stunned or has a bounce landing. Alright, looks like she did get stunned. No bounce landing, so we'll keep that in mind for Nia. She will continue back inside, vault back out. Didn't realize that window is there. We'll keep that in mind for next time we loop this. We'll get a hit on her at the very least. And then she'll get to this pallet. And then continue around the yellow house. Not a good place for me to be looping, to be honest. And it's already been roughly 90 seconds since we've oppressioned the gen. Let's just bring her over to the opening. There we go. A lot of people don't realize they can shoot over that, and because it's technically not an object that's breaking into the chain, you don't get any damage whatsoever. That was pretty good. Alright, let's head back to the Megs gen, though, see if we can get a pop oppression going. Chicken pesto mac. Yeah, I'd be down, if that's something that you want to make. Looks like they are back on the gen, so we can get a pop oppression. It's pretty low down, though, for a pop, but at least we get an oppression going. And what's up, Vincey? Yeah, Vincey. How you doing, mate? How you doing? Welcome to the Guilty Ones. Hope you're having a great day. Now, there's a 10% regression on a pretty far-off gen that I don't care about. It slows them down at the very least, and they did get it, so it definitely wouldn't have mattered. But that's Myers' house 2 that they've gotten now, and that's a bit scary. So that is now 2 generators. She dodged at the right time, too. Oof. Alright, she might make the same mistake that the other Nia did and get shot over the fence. But she's taking it slow, trying to mind game us a little bit. It's not going to work out as well as they hope. She's going to play a bit squirrely, but then she held W there on the tree. Let's down her. That's still regressing. Good news there. Let's pick her up. It's Vinci. Gotcha. Apologies about that. I am dyslexic and horrible at pronouncing names off of Twitch. If you give me like an IRL name, for some reason I'm fine, but like Twitch names, when I read them, it's god awful for me. I do apologize. Well, hope you're having a great day, and thank you much for stopping by, saying hi, and joining the Guilty Ones. How you been? What have you been up to? Anything much? Alright, we need to keep this 3-gen. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can't really leave this area. Let's take a look. See, though. That person's injured, too. Actually, I think I can go for this chase. Wow, just a little bit off. Maybe just beyond that 18 meters. Alright, we'll pursue. It's going to bring us over to this gen, too, which we can interrupt. Alright, let's go for her real quick. Get a quick mind game. And she didn't dedicate to the side as much as I would like, so we're going to hit. And then we're going to oppression. Doing good, just popping in here between games. I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a great day, as per usual. Alright, let's see. 3 people injured now. Meg needs to mend. She heads up to Myers' house from the looks of things. And I do see a Claudette on that generator. We want to get them off our 3-gen if possible. And that is an injured Meg on top of which, so that's actually a pretty worthwhile chase. Let's see here. Claude goes downstairs. We don't want to really pursue that. She realized that we're aiming down sights. She'll get downed. Hasn't been 60 seconds, though. Debatable. We'll find out. It has, so this Nia is now our main target. Alright, let's see if we can... Yep, that's what we expected. We fully expected that play. We're going to get a pop here on this gen. And then we do have oppression up soon that we can start using, just getting some gens regressing. Alright, that gen is still good. They healed Spaghetti. Imagine they're on the far gen, if that's the case. We'll probably see Meg get healed too, as well as NTG. Yep, there's the Meg. Are they all healing back here? No. So I get the feeling that they're back in that corner, probably coming this way. Either that or they are in basement. One or the other. Oppression is up, which is the good news. No one there. I believe that's a one-person gen, which is the good news for us. That does have someone up here. So let's turn around. See where exactly they're going. Okay, someone vaulted down from the sound of things. That's a 10% regression on the gen that was already pretty heavily regressed. Good news. But we need to be wary and just keep in mind what's going on around us. Because they still have 4 people. Like, we need to get one of these Nias out of the game ASAP. All they need to do is extend a chase long enough for them to do 1 generator. I believe that's about 80, 90 seconds. If it's 1 person on a gen. Like that one over there. And you better bet that we're going to see multiple people on that gen as well. And they could be making calls that were coming up here as well. Okay, we heard her. We missed our shot. Just barely. She'll go back. And what's the game plan? Why is someone out there, though? That's a little bit odd. Huh. Yeah, she doubles back in. I need to ignore this for now and try and get someone off of this gen. That gen's not being worked on, though. I'm slightly concerned about something that could be a play here. They could theoretically have someone with a key, and that would be an issue. But I'm pretty sure this is the Nia that I need out of the game, so let's get you real quick. I will commit to this chase for the sole reason of killing you. Alright, let's see how she plays this. There we go. We hit her right in the head. Let's get her down, get our 5th stack of State of Best for last, get her out of the match, pop the gen right behind me, and also get a oppression to boot, making sure that all gens are regressing. But my major fear right now is absolutely a key, because they're not on gens for some ungodly reason. Not sure if that was a flashlight that I was hearing. I heard some clicky. A little bit off. They vault, that's fine. I also hear a disturbance. Why would you do that? That's so odd. I mean, you're gonna get hit. And if you don't have State of Best for last, you get stunned and lose all your momentum. She goes out here. Goes back inside. Through the back and to the left. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. She'll drop early. And vault. She will not. She continues. Let's get her down. And let's put her on the hook immediately and go to pop another gen. I mean, we might be in an okay situation here. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It sounds like they are back on this gen, though, so we do need to pop that ASAP. Because that was not how it was when you left it. Yeah, look at that. Still up and running. So it suggests that someone else is here. But another thing that we have to worry about is the fact that that's not the only gen to worry about. There's 2 other gens, too, that we haven't really taken a look at in quite some time. That gen's a big ol' no. This one's just about finished. That's on 3.5 sills, if not 4. They didn't jump off of it in time, or they did not finish it in time. We might have to wait this out, because if there's someone over here, or they're on comms, then we're in trouble. Because we know where two of them are. We don't know where the third one. Oh, that's troublesome. We need to pop that, like, ASAP. Nia goes off into the distance. What about the unhooker? They could have doubled back. It doesn't sound like they're on that gen in the top. And that gen's still regressing. Slowly, mind you, but better than nothing. We need a pop goes the weasel ASAP. I'm just going to check up here real quick. Alright, we see the Meg. She's thinking about going to vault, but instead we'll go downstairs. And we'll vault here instead. That's a life? Yeah, I don't think that's a bounced landing, so it has to be a life. We have to walk away. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have to walk away. Hit this gen, get oppression going in case they're on the other gen. No 10% regressions or oppression triggers, but we see the Nia now on it. And I'm not sure how far long it has been before it's been regressed. Let's hit the Nia. We're gonna do this. Get it regressing. That way they can't immediately go for it. Nia's gonna be a little bit scared because she is on death hook, mind you. But she's not gonna completely move away from it, I don't think, either. That's my main concern. Yep, there she is. She's going for it. Please. Oh my god. She did not respect Satabash for last, but she didn't need to either. And this might be the end of the streak, too. Wow, I couldn't see that she dipped because of the aura on the exit gate. Alright, we'll get the hit on her. More scratch marks going out this way, so that would suggest the Claudette. Let's get the Nia out of the match real quick. And then we need to slug out the Claudette and go for the Meg. We see two sets of scratch marks here. Did we look at that correctly? No, that's just one. Where's the Meg then? Meg would be back there, possibly? Where's the Claude going? Claude goes around. She's crouching. She's back here. And then she does have an exit, too. She doubled back around again. Alright, let's see if Meg will go for the Claude. We got the two Nias out pretty quick. She's obviously not here, which means the Meg only has one other place to be. Question of the day, has she already 99'd the exit gate? I'd imagine that she has. Wait, what? Hold up. Excuse me? The exit gate's not 99'd. Neither one have been touched. Huh. Interesting. This is very interesting. I think we just wait. I don't think there's any reason for us to move away from the exit gates right now. We just wait for the Meg to get the Claudia off a hook. Slug her, since we know that she's not going to get BT, then down the Meg. This is very surprising, to say the least. I was going to have to play this smart. Keep track of where they are. Claude goes to the left, it sounds like. I definitely hear her. There's Hatch. That's why. Okay, so they found Hatch. So they were showing each other where it was. Alright, as far as that's concerned, that's okay since no key's in play. She'll go back to House of Pain. Should have been able to get that hit. That was a bit too aggressive, methinks. Alright, she vaults down. But what then? What's the game plan after this? I'm afraid that the Claudette has gone back to the exit gate, and based on the crow, I'd be correct. But I can't let this Meg on it either. This is a situation now, because if the Claudette is where I think she is, she'll get the exit gate 99 prior to me finishing. So do we go for the shot, or do we go for the altruism play? Okay, perfect. This is fine now. This is perfectly fine now. Alright, she probably has DS. So we're not going to pick her up. Instead, we're going to go back for the mag. Let's hook up the mag, and we should be able to get the 4K. Unless one of them has Unbreakable. Well, that was a nail-biter, to say the least. I mean, honestly, I think that they played it wrong, and I think that they should have definitely have gone for the execates a lot sooner, but still. So we're going to wait for the Meg to try and Kobe before doing much. Though I don't know where the Claude is. There she is. Not machine point options today because today is Win Streak Wednesday, and so we are playing nothing but the Deathslinger. That was a real close one. GG's well played though. They played a really good match. They kept me on my toes. They got me into a 3-gen for the longest time. And honestly, I think what really bit them in the butt is that 3-gen, but also the fact they didn't split on gens very often. You're now on a 10 win streak. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. GG, well played. Alright, well, with that being said, let's move into the next match. No worries, Wicked. You don't need to apologize. It's a honest question, one which is completely fair. Alright, Deathslinger, let's move on to our next match, shall we? Just want to check something real quick over in Discord. Looks like okay. Just the 3 of us are currently streaming. Good, good, good. Hey, what's up, Queen? How's it going? Thank you much for the reminder to hydrate. I appreciate you. Hello there, Caleb. How goes it? Let's have you put you back on your other outfit. It's been a bit. I do like this combination. It does look pretty nice. And thank you much for the reminder to hydrate, Wicked. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you're good, Wicked. You're good. Trust me when I say this chat has forced me to go on a hydrate train of upwards of 32 seconds. So, yeah, exactly. Hydrate more. I don't know why chat loves doing this. Why they like to see me suffer, but they do. You say that, but they're already well aware of it. They are already well aware of it, and I mean, it's fine if they do. We love waterboarding you, okay? Oh, criminy. Alright, let's put on another blood point offering. We do have some sacrificial wards for later down into our win streak. You want to block specific map offerings. Alright. I do fear something fierce here, though. I don't know why, but when I see one person that is cross-plat and then 3 people PC, it does make me think that these 3 people are playing together. It does make me pause and think about that, and we'll see whether or not that is the case based on their behavior. But what scares me the most is honestly these toolboxes. Medkits I don't mind as much, right? But toolboxes scare me. They could have brand new parts. Playing ideas in their head? Oh yeah, probably. Oh. Alright, sounds good. Thank you, Frankie. I appreciate you. Alright, Slinger. Let's see. Based on the amount of time that we have left, if every game averages 15 minutes, which, you know, on the top end it normally does, we could get, let's see, 4, 8, probably another 10 matches in. So that's a possibility of reaching a 20 win streak by end of the day, and that would put Deathslinger at the, I think, the highest win streak. I want to say the only other one that's been higher was, or close to, was the Nightmare, Mr. Freddy Krueger himself. Hopefully we'll be ready by 7:30. All right, sounds good, Frankie. Let's see if we can make it work. Oppression does some work, and I'm really feeling that if I run pop, I do really love running oppression. It seems to be a pretty good combination if you use smart. Sheltered Woods. Twins, you're right, twins. Not Freddy. Freddy used to be, but it's now twins. Sheltered Woods is a bit of an issue. It is a pretty large map and can be pretty hard to track down survivors. The good news is they have a lot of dead areas where we can kind of make use of it. We do see the Kate here on this gen already, and because it has been touched, we do get a oppression target. If we can down her real quick, that'd be golden. Oh, that's perfect. Let's get the Kate in, and then we're going to immediately oppression. So we're not going to pop that. We're going to oppression it, gain info to where they are. I just sprint first. Hold on. You might be able to get the hit, nonetheless. No, hold on. There's 3 people here. Look at that. It's the Fang Min and the Cheryl. I'm telling you, I swear to God that these guys are swift. Come here, Kate. Upsy daisy. Alright, let's take a look-see. Now, there are 3 people here, which tells me they're probably not on gens, but there's 1 person missing. Why'd I just lag a bit there? That was odd. Very odd indeed. I do see the Fang Min just kind of standing there waiting. Maybe they want my attention for some reason. Probably going for the safe unhook, but she doesn't realize that I'm fine with this engagement. And she is going around the loop. Probably will drop the pallet early to avoid getting shot, which is okay, because we can just do this. And whether or not it breaks, we should be able to get her injured. Perfect. Yeah, see, that's actually a pretty good situation for us because it gets a pallet out of the way and gets a person injured on top of which. Let's try and get her down quickly. Looks like she's going to try and run this loop. Nice job. But I think she's in a weak position now. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. That's kind of atrocious, to be honest. Good news is the middle area is a pretty big dead zone. But she's being very squirrely. If we note that, we do see the Kate. Hello, Kate. How goes it? Let's get a quick hit on you. And, I mean, if I can get it down on you, I'm not going to complain. Nice dodge. That was a good play. We're going to oppression and try and get some regression on gens. Unfortunately, that Fang Min took a long time for us to do much. She might be mending over here along with the Claudette. That'd be my ideal situation. A second 10% regression and a hit on the Claude. Sharpshooter on top of which, and we should be able to get it down, and now we should be able to get a pop on that gen that she was just working on. So I think with a 10% regression, it's not bad. Let's take a look at it real quick. That's on 2 cells. I guess it's still a good pop target. I might as well. But Sheltered Woods is just so bad for a 110 killer. It really is. Alright, let's head back to this gen where we did see the Kate earlier. Yeah, someone's on it. Not sure it's still the Kate or what. It's a Cheryl. Alright, we'll be able to get the hit. We lose stacks, though, of State of Best for last. And we will get her down, though, and get another Pop Goes the Weasel for the gen that she was just on. We do lose all of our stacks, which is the only downside of that engagement, in my opinion. Oppression is almost up, so we can get another oppression on the gen that the Claudette was on. We're going to go back there ASAP. I'd be surprised if they haven't jumped on it to try and finish it out, or to get a heal. We'll have to wait and find out. Alright, that's fine. We'll get oppression on this gen. And they're not healing for some reason. It's quite odd, actually. We do see the Kate there. The Claudette has healed. They might be trying to heal before they go for the unhook, based on our area that we're at. Let's try and pressure the heal, because we're following the Kate's blood now. Alright, Kate is injured still. Good news. She does have the vault here. Yep, she's going on this side. Alright, let's see if we can mind game her into the kissing booth. Not only that, but we could have gotten the grab if we hadn't shot. Even better. So that is now her on death hook, I believe. Meaning the Claudette's the only one who has not been hooked this entire game. Let's immediately go back to the Cheryl's gen. But man, that is a long trek to make. Holy hell. That's still regressing. Good news there. That gen's not even worked on. And now we're going to head back to this gen and ideally get a pop-off. Sprint burst. Good enough. We see them back here on this gen. There's the Claude. And what's the game plan here, Claudie? We got around the corner. And we'll down her. Alright, before we pick her up, though, we're going to pop oppression this gen. No, we're not going to have enough time. Yeah, we don't have enough time to pop oppression it. Shoot. Come here, Claude. Let's pick you up, hook her, and then we'll pop oppression. Unfortunate. I was hoping to save it. Alright, pop oppression time. That was a pretty close one, too. That's 3.5 sills. Pretty well done. Alright, gens are aggressing thanks to oppression pop. Let's keep it that way if possible. Now we do see someone over here. Who is this? That is the Kate. She's a prime target too. They have gotten the Claude off now, so we're going to have to dive back to the gen the Claude was on. The last thing we want is to finish that gen, because that's part of our 3 gen right now. And they're diving back onto it ASAP. Look at that. Yeah, scratch marks from the Claude herself. There is a second person here, though, and that's what scares me the most. Scratch marks continue. She's just trying to draw me. Yeah, she's trying to draw me away so they can finish it. It's not a good chase for us to go on. There's a big ol' oof. If they get that one behind us. 10% regression. That's going to help out a lot. Hmm. 10% regression, then nothing. No scratch marks, no nothing. They're still there, mind you. Let's just patrol. Oh, shoot. That gen is almost done, though. Alright, I would have liked another stack of State for last and not hitting that Cheryl, but we'll have to make do here and try and press the gens that are currently being worked on. Let's oppression this. There's a 10% regression. I would have loved to have popped that if we could have gotten it down. So that's going to scare me. Thing Min. We needed a hit there. We need someone dead or down right now, because once they split these gens, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. She's gonna go to Shaq. We need to manually regress it, because look at that. That thing is almost complete. But there's another gen 2 that's almost finished too. We'll get the sharpshooter on her. But she gets inside of Shaq. We'll break it. That's fine. Alright, still regressing on that middle. That's good news, I suppose. If we can kill this Kate, then we might be in a better spot overall. Alright, she's going over here, which has a tile, I imagine. Yep. Let's go around. I think we should be able to get this up. It's gonna be dicey, though. We got it, but they've gotten 2 gens now. Someone is nearby. Let's not forget about that fact. We very obviously have seen them. There's the Claude. Let's hit her. That's 4 stacks of save. Should be enough to get it down. We'll get Claude. Sheltered Woods, man. It's up on my top 5 of maps that'll end my streak. And this is gonna be a rough one. Oh, okay. Get Kate out of the game. Do we leave Claude slugged? I don't think we can. I think we need her to be an altruism target. Exit gates over there. This seems to be the farthest hook from them. Collectively. Oh, she's dead. I didn't realize that she was dead. No. I didn't realize that. That's my mistake. And that's going to be people out, so that's going to be end of our streak. Well. That will be the end of that. Unfortunate. Yeah, Sheltered Woods is just such a bad map for killers like Deathslinger. GG, well played though. They played a good match. I think that we went for some bad chases here and there, which definitely hurt us in the long run. There are some longer chases that drew us away from gens that we needed to keep and protect, especially that 3 gen in that corner. It was a warning shot. I promise. It was loud and clear, mister. GG. Well played. Good luck. Have fun. Next match. Alright, though. Good match overall. Can't complain with it. Yeah, it seems like they're definitely not respecting either pronouns or you using your dead name, so it doesn't sound like they're a very kind or thoughtful person if they're well aware at this point. Especially if you've continued to remind them, they still continue not doing so. So, I am thinking about something. I mean, we found people quite early into that match, so I feel like Corrupt Intervention wouldn't have done much, but maybe it would have slowed them down enough to where you would be able to apply a little bit more pressure early on. That's my only thought right now, is that maybe Corrupt Intervention's not a bad idea with maps like that, and where we're not controlling the maps that we land on. It's not a horrible idea to replace oppression with that. But we're still also getting value out of oppression too, so I'm not sure. Interesting. Very interesting thoughts, I'll tell you what. But we are back to 0, which means that we're going to try and get them back up to double digits between now and the end of the stream. Very similar to what happened with our, who was it? Oh yeah, our Clown match. I think we got Clown up to 12 wins, and then we lost it on a Dead Dog Saloon. It was quite unfortunate, to say the least. But if I were not to use Oppression, what perks would we use? I mean, Surge isn't great with Pop. We've seen how that can really play against us in the late game, even though it is an amazing, amazing perk when you're, protecting your 3 gens like you should with a 110 killer. We do see a Secret Offering, more likely not a Shroud of Binding, but it could also be a Shroud of, not separation, but like of distance, where basically they spawn as far away from the killer as possible, which I feel like they do normally anyways, right? But either ways, let's see if we can bring Deathslinger back from his very devastating loss. I believe we ended up him on a 10-win streak. So let me just update the best of to reflect that. Current of 0. There we go. Feel like I spawned right next to the killer? Yeah, it definitely can feel like that sometimes. There are some really good god spawns, though. Mostly, like, survivors will spawn further away from you. So, it depends. There are certain spawn points. That's why you'll hear me say, okay, I spawned here, they're more likely gonna be here. So, like, it's predictive behavior. I don't feel like it's truly random spawns like a lot of people think it is. It was, at first, a very big theory for a while, but now it's, very much, I think, a proven fact of that there are just certain god spawns where you can just spawn, like, on shack or in certain areas. Man, we went to Ormond, we've been to Sheltered Woods, now Disturbed Ward. Like, we are not getting a lot of good RNG with maps today, I'll tell you what. Thankfully, these survivors, for some reason, have already missed a skill check on a gen, unless that was a Pebble. But it doesn't look like it was. I mean, that's true. It's better to get it out of the way now. I'll agree with that. Let's get the hit on the Nia. And let's pursue her now. Hello, Claude. Actually, let's go for you. Might as well get multiple people injured. Always a good thing. Head on. Yeah, it's a head on. So we'll keep that in mind for the Claude. This gen is actually on 2 sills, so we'll pop oppression it. I would normally not do so this early, but with the fact that 2 people are on it and that was 2 sill, we'll do that. Can't do Pebble that quickly? Okay, so in that case, definitely was a 10% regression or skill check miss. Alright, all gens should be regressing. I do see scratch marks heading back towards the hook, I think. Yep, there it is. Based on the sound, that's a Jake. Well, I'll get another hit on you. Why not? Head on, gamers? No, that wasn't head on. He didn't have his hands above his head. If we notice that, that's not head on. Interesting. So what he's doing here, he's trying to dodge our shot, but we'll just end up getting... Oof. I thought you were going to get the kissing booth going. Unfortunate timing. I want to say that they might also have Prove Thyself, by the way. Oof. Once again, close. They'll probably get clawed up. I did see a crow, but we'll get the Jake down and get a hook on him, at the very least. 10 meters away from the killer is fantastic. Yeah, on certain maps, certain smaller maps, that definitely can happen more often than one would like. Hold on. I feel like I heard the Claude. I did. That's tap, which means Claude's not too far away. Come here, Tappy boy. Let's get more stacks off of you. We'll forget him for now and head back to this gen. Claude also went inside, mind you. Bad timing. Hi, Nia. How's it going? I see you wanted to give Deathslinger a hug. I can understand that. She'll go upstairs. And then where? She does not drop down. She continues through. Oh, hi, Claude. I mean, I had no clue that you're even here, but you know what? I'll take it. Why the hell not? Let's get you downstairs, shall we? I would have liked to have gone for the Nia. She is healing, though, and I do fear that she'll finish the heal before we go back up. You want to turn around and see Bubba? Yeah, that would be quite unfortunate, to say the least. Yeah, she's still healing. She hasn't finished just yet. She drops down. Bounce landing from the looks of things. We'll get the hit on the Nia. And unless she has BT... She has BT, so we'll note that for the Nia. Unfortunately, that does mean that we do lose stacks. Don't do it, bud. You don't have an Alex's toolbox. You might have Saboteur, but that's about it. Dead hard? He may have not had it. Interesting. Oh my god, he had a 59-second DS? Are you serious? The new freaking DS cannot come fast enough, I'm telling you what. Come here, Claude. Sucks to suck, but time for you to go back on hook, I guess. Unless we eat a DS. Alright, that's 2 DSs now. We're gonna go for a record and eat all 4. Let's see. Oh, hi. Are you two doing alright? Might as well get a stack there. And get the tap right after. Looks like Jake may have sabotaged the hook, based on what I just saw. It's hard to say, based on that trigger, but we have another hook nearby. Yeah, he did. He 110% sabotaged the hook. Is there a tome challenge right now for sabotaging hooks, or... I know that's in another chapter, I think. Okay, maybe? Yeah, I forget off the top of my head. It's hard to say. I want to kind of keep this area. I don't want to go for... I know they're going for unsafe unhooks, basically. We'll play through the middle, I guess. They're healing. But where? Alright, they got the tap. Crow goes off here, comes back in 20 seconds. But no scratch marks to suggest where they went. So maybe they went for the unhook and then double back, or did they go for Shack? No one's in Shack. I'm gonna let them reset temporarily. I need to find gens. Are they seriously not on any gens? Have we even pressured them that much? That's insane. Yeah, doesn't look like they're on any of the generators. Well, ain't that a shame? We just let them reset for nothing. Yep, that's a full reset. Yeah, I guess so. Like, we've been DS twice. We've seen one Sabo play. Pretty much. Oh, hi, Tap. How's it going? I bet you I can shoot through here and get a hit. Yeah, I can shoot through there. That's excellent to know. Means that I can guarantee a hit. It's basically a window. Tap didn't think that one through, did he? That's excellent. Duly noted. Alright, he goes inside, though. He vaults out. That's fine. Which way does he go? To the left or to the right? It has to be prove thyself. Like, we did a full patrol on gens, and yet they still were able to finish that. It's not happening, Nia. If you want to drop that on me, you can, but it won't work. Wow, that was a close one. Oh, you want a teabag? That seems like a fantastic idea against the Deathslinger. I'm just going to point that out. Alright, they're healing up the Tap. Let's go for this, get the drop. That way, for some reason, they're going to make that work. The Jake's still around here. He'll go for the vault. Won't matter much. Claudette is behind us, going for the heal again. We'll get you down. We'll get tapped down again, so all of that was pretty futile. Claudette's trying to heal once again, but we're going to pick up the Jake, hook him, and then go back for the tap. A few questions. How's the best way to talk to you off stream? Discord. Send me a DM, and I will get back to you right after the stream. Alright, let's... you know what? I was going to say let's not hit her and just shoot her and then break, but this works too. So, Nia, how goes it? Do you want to play this game where we slug all three of you? Unless one of you has Unbreakable, I think this game's over. You vault back, and that will be that. I mean, honestly, they're just playing so altruistically that they are going for multiple heals on heals on heals, and it just allowed me to make so much distance. We're getting stacks of save best for last. We were able to down people left and right. Like, I'm not sure what they're expecting to come out of this. Like, I normally don't go for the slugs, but just because they're giving me such an advantage, like, there's no reason for me not to. Especially when I expected that none of them have Unbreakable. Alright, last but not least, actually, we might wait for you to try and Kobe, because you might have Deliverance, but if so, then whatever. I'll let you get Deliverance if that's the case. Where's the Claude? I have a slight feeling that the Claude is not where I left her. Yeah. This could be troublesome, though. She's either gonna lead out or we're gonna find Hatch before her. I'm not sure which, to be honest. No to Hatch? Oh, there we go, Claude. Perfect timing. Upsie daisy. Now I'm gonna make sure that you don't have Power Struggle. Thank you very much. And we'll get you up on the hook. And that will be that. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. I mean, given the fact that this Disturbed Ward, one of my top 3 worst maps, this went a lot better than I expected. Hey, your Hatch? Oh, I wasn't able to close this in time. Shame. GG, well played though. They're able to give some pretty good pressure when they're actually on gens. I am thinking that there was a Prove Thyself in play. No, a brand new part and a Commodious. That must have been Jake? Yeah, I want to say that was Jake, that was Claude. Maybe the other way around. But they also had We'll Make It, makes sense for the fast heals. And then we ate 2 out of the 3 DSs. Fair enough. Alright, well, Deathslinger's back on a 1-win streak. Let's see if we can get him up a little bit further, shall we? There was an Unbreakable? Wait, who was it on? I didn't honestly even pay attention to that one. That's my bad. Trying to think of, maybe it was on the Jake who was on hook. That'd be the only thing that I can think of. Someone who had a head on. So that was Jake, probably. So yeah, I would bet that since we didn't see an Unbreakable during the slug, that either they already used it sometime in the game, or that Jake was the one with it and was not able to use it. You think it was a Claude? Which in that case, the Claude would have had to have already used it some point in the game. I know that the Claude had head-on. I'm pretty sure the Jake did too. Well, yeah, Claude 100% had a head-on, but there's 2 head-ons. And I'm pretty sure one of them was Jake as well. Because he also played into a locker, but I don't think he actually got the head-on proc. So he wasn't going for a hit, which is kind of strange. Alright, though, let's continue to use our blood point offerings. We're actually almost done with the Doctor, by the way. Doctor, I think, only needs about 300,000 more blood points, and then we'll have Doctor finished. Head-on DS, Dead Hard, Unbreakable, plus a green Sabo toolbox. Yeah, that was Jake then, because we saw the Jake go for the Sabos. But yeah, so Doctor's almost finished. So now we have Bubba, let's see, Bubba, Legion, Deathslinger, Plague, Hag, yeah. So Bubba, Legion, Deathslinger, Plague, Hag, and then Doctor. Almost finished. Carl sends his regards. Hi, Carl. Hope you're doing well, mate. Yes, send him his regards. Do I prestige into my killers? I will eventually. I'm not going to right now, though. The main reason being is because I want to make sure that I have all the perks for all the killers. That way I can start doing build challenges, stuff like that, trying to get some more interaction going, because right now we have like 2, you know, not even, I forgot that I didn't ready up apparently. Whoops. I have like less than 2 pages on like Trapper, for example. So we're going through one at a time. Unfortunately, it's about 6.5 million per killer to get all of their perks right now. Because each of them have about 2 pages worth already sunk into them. And so I think if we don't include the 2 pages to get the 50, it's 6.5 million blood points necessary to get all the perks unlocked. And tier 3. Not just tier 1, but tier 3. 6.5 million. It is a struggle, to say the least. I would love a double blood points event coming up, which I'm hoping will happen during the 5th year anniversary. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't, or at least there will be something to modify blood points, right? So I foresee either double blood points or a modifier of some sort, for sure. Because I think I can get just about between 300 to 500,000 blood points per stream on 4 hours. I'll be playing a lot of killer to get my Nurse and Dwight to 50. Absolutely. When MMR gets put in, we get that BP for rank. I'm excited for that as well. The only thing that I don't like about it is that 200,000 blood points for rank 1 is pretty shallow, all things considered. Lord, I can spell. Lord Kiba? Kiba. Yeah, Lord Kiba. Looks like they are not live, and looks like they mainly stream SimCity, so I will not plug their channel. When's the anniversary? June. So we have 3 months. So basically what we're looking at for the next chapter to come out, probably 3 months from the 23rd of March. Because that gets us to April, May, June. Yeah. It's not a ton, but it's for both sides, so I think it's 500,000 totals. Okay, that's not too bad then. 500,000 blood points total. That's 10 matches about. So if we equate 10 matches or a match to 15 minutes, then that's 150 minutes. So that's about 2.5 hours of game time. It's not bad, but it's not great. You know, I kind of wish it was a little bit more steep. That way it really incentivized getting to those red ranks. But c'est la vie. Exactly. I'll take what I can get. You know, that's just about half a stream's worth. If I get any extra, I'm saving up so I can get my 1M and use it on Dwight Prestige 2. Ah, gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah, I'll probably end up prestiging survivors before I prestige killers. Honestly. Just because it doesn't... I'll keep Felix as my main and just start prestiging survivors and going through. I do want to keep in mind, though, that with the new... whatchamacallit... the new MMR comes us resetting the 20, so we can start doing the 20-to-1 challenges every month, which is going to be really exciting. So what that challenge will entail is that every survivor, every killer only has 1 life. And if they die for good. Or an instance of killer, if they let even 1 survivor escape via the exit gate, they die by the entity's hands, and we can no longer use them. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And that'll be a good old time. It's not as, like, to the extreme like Dowsy's hardcore challenge, because that's like a fresh account. I'm not about to prestige all my killers, all my survivors, to do that on my personal account, but maybe eventually we'll do like the hardcore. For now, it'll be the 21 challenge. Based on our spawn, trying to think, they'll probably be over by the workshop, if not to my right. They are to my right. Perfect, perfect. We can see scratch marks, and we see a UE that's AFK, question mark? I mean, I'll take it. Nice job, Yui. There we go. Unfortunate for you, that will result in an early down. Alright. Let's get a quick impression. Hold on. Hello there. Is that another Yui? It is another Yui. Hello, and you're a non-obsession too, which is lovely. Wow, I can't believe you missed that. Just barely. I wish they would increase the hitbox size for Deathslinger's shots, to be honest. It'd be quite nice. And 1 person DCs. Well, I mean, I can kind of understand with 2 people slugged out this early into the game. Sorry? Like, that's an immediate rip. Like, there's no coming back from this. Like, Cheryl, if you really want, you can go for the unhook. It's not gonna really be worth it, in my opinion, but okay. I mean, honestly, I think just letting everyone die is probably the right move. Let's hook you here. All gens regressing. Basically, we have a tier 1 ruin currently active, and they are going to... Cheryl. Where did Cheryl go? I see where the Yui went, but I don't see where Cheryl went. Kind of wanted to find the Cheryl, not the Yui. That's quite the shame. Alright, though. Yep, Cheryl goes for the unhook. Makes sense. And... dead hard. We also aimed a little bit far to the right. I was hoping that she would continue to the right instead of going straight like that. Wait, is there no pallet here? I just realized. No, there's a pallet here. Right. She'll drop that. That makes sense. She will not go upstairs. Instead, she goes around. We'll cut her off on the inside. And we see her going over this way. Can we get a sharpshooter from here? We can. Do we actually get the hit, though, is the next question. No, unfortunately not. And Yui also coming in for the break. She'll drop. We'll break. And let's take a look, see where she is. Right behind us. Perfect, perfect. I mean, she doesn't really have an out here anymore, so she's just looping this to get grabbed? Okay, sure. I mean, I thought that she was going to loop it to get a hit, but I guess not. All right, bye, Queen. Have a good one. We'll see you next time, all right? That's a 10% regression. And that's an injured Yui as well. Yui and Cheryl. I guess we can go for the Cheryl, I suppose. A little bit early. Cheryl did not continue running. She wants our attention, I guess, so we don't go for the Yui. We'll get a hit on Cheryl. Unfortunately, with 1 stack of State of Bits for last, usually we would not be able to get this hit, but be able to just barely. You need to share some knowledge real quick. Uh-oh, what's that? I am slightly concerned here. Alright, they do get the unhook. Will they get the heals? The next question. It's no point in us regressing that gen, honestly. I'll just pressure the heal. We'll hit you. And I guess we'll slug out for the end of the match. I don't really feel like playing hook roulette at this point. So we'll just go for the down in the game. I mean, unless you have a dead hard, but I feel like you do if I remember correctly. Shoot. That was pretty good. She did not go for the vault like I wanted her to. Now, she could potentially try and get the pickup. Okay, fine. I won't leave you slugged for that long. Let's pick you up. Well, now that was rude. Here I am trying to be considerate of your needs, Yui. And you go and hit me with a DS? Well, that's unfortunate. I guess you're gonna die now. Dead hard, won't matter. We'll get you on the kissing booth. Like tigers with wheels and such? I was confused. Alright, well, we know that crows disappear from or come back in 20 seconds, and we see, I think, a Cheryl on that gen. For what reason? Don't know. That is a Cheryl. She goes around. We'll get with a sharper shooter, and she doesn't have any objects that's going to break our chain early. We should get this hit. Alright, looks like we are giving hatch. I can respect that. Have we eaten all 3 DSs now? Is that what's happened here? Like, we're just trying to end the game, and, you know, these guys are not going to leave this trial alive. They should know that at this point. But yet they are desperately trying here. And they're each realizing, too, that there is no window here for them to go to. Fine, go for the vault. We'll get a kissing booth moment. Yep, she's going to go for it now. And once again, looks like we're going to get a kissing booth moment. Goodbye, Cheryl. I think not. Not only do they end up mid-vaulting that, but they also just give me such an open shot. If I was the last Yui, where would I be? Would she actually be on a gen? I mean, that would be the power move, I suppose. But it doesn't seem like it. Oh, Yui. Your last-ditch effort would be to find a key, so you could go downstairs. Looks like she suicides, so looks like we're gonna give Yui the hatch. Neither one of us have any clue where this hatch is, mind you, so... it is everyone's guess at this point. Let's suppression pop, might as well. It's not like we're trying to close the hatch on her. I guess we will try and find it. The force her to exit gate's a bit early. Excuse me. Apologies about that. She did heal. So I do feel like that she did probably go into a chest and found a medkit. Yui. Where are you, Yui? Is she hiding? Still haven't heard, hatch. And she hasn't found it either, and I feel like I've made a complete circle around, unless maybe it's towards the middle. Which it's starting to seem like it. I feel like we have now gone back to where we started. Yeah, it has to be. Is Hatch hiding? Apparently. I've had this issue on this map a couple times where I can't find Hatch for the life of me. Like, I'm not sure if it's an audio bug or what. Because it doesn't seem like it's in middle either. No, it is. Alright, well, apparently Yui hasn't found it either, so let's just open or close that, get the gates powered, and I'm just gonna let her get the exit gate, I suppose? Yeah, that'd be my only other thought, that she is waiting for it to close. It's sometimes the smart play if you don't know where it is, and on 5 gens, you know, you definitely don't know where it is. Oh, can I see both exit gates? I can. Well, Yui, I mean, I'm gonna let you live if you want, but, you kinda need to make a move at some point. So far, you haven't. Could just go into, like, the opposite corner, but, where's the fun in that? Definitely no silent opens on either side. And if she waits too long, she'll just be taken by the entity instead. Only other possibility, she's looking through more chests. The gong of the time shook Deathslinger. His gun shook. Interesting. I didn't notice that. We'll have to pay attention on the next one. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you are right. I wonder if that's because the gun does have physics. If you look at the chain, right? Like, it bobbles around. You can see his hand moving, too, on it. Maybe that's why. You know, just letting her know that I could have killed her. Go on, Yui. The guilty ones have spoken. Alright, we'll count that as a 4K because I very well could have killed her there. GG, well played to those survivors. Sorry for the DC. Yeah, that early DC really hurt them, of course. Yeah, it definitely is. Like I said, there's a lot of interesting stuff that they have in the game that you just wouldn't notice normally. It's like some of those small details, right? But I wonder if that's why, if the entire model has physics, because that one piece has physics. Made sense, but you don't want to see a DC ever? Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to see a DC, but like with an AFK into an early down into a second down that quickly, I mean, it was just like bad news. On top of which, the Cheryl going for the recovery, like we could have downed her. Like we could have gotten a 3-man slug very quickly. I just opted not to. I decided I'd be a little bit nice, but they decided to extend the match a little bit longer than I would like, to be honest with you. But c'est la vie. Alrighty, though. With that being said, what is that? A 2-win streak now the Deathslinger's back on. So we now have about an hour and 45 minutes to bring it back. And we do see 2 TTVs. Hold on one second. Let's see if they're live. Alright, bye, Golden Penguin. Fun having you here, as always. Looking forward to having you back here later, maybe tomorrow, 5 p.m. CST. But we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Alright, Twitch. Let's take a look at these 2 streamers. Play Spiffy is live. And the other one, let's take a look. Toxic Cupcake. I can't spell. Toxic Cupcake is also live. Perfect. So I will drop their links in chat for those who do want to check out both of them. Me and T are pro players now? Ah, are you now? Are you? What, how do you decide that one? Out of curiosity. Alright, let me do... Hold on one second. You know what? We can just do it SO instead of grabbing their links. I just realized that. Play Spiffy. And then we can do SO Toxic Cupcake. Alright, for those who want to check them out, please make sure to do so. Alright. By the way, how's your day been, Trix? Hopefully been doing well? What have you been up to? Anything much? You still, sandbagging Rugard? No, I don't want to type out wah in chat. I'm trying to use my W key. Holy hell. Alright, though. Let's take a look and see what map we end up on. Hopefully no Mother's Dwelling, no Ormond. Ironworks and Misery's fine. That one's fine. You love sandbagging, Rue? Good to hear, good to hear. Based on spawn, though, where would they be? We should probably investigate Shack first off and foremost. Let's take a quick peek to that back corner. Doesn't look like anything's behind logs. As far as Shack is concerned, no scratch marks, but we do see the Nancy on the chest. Good news. She does not get her item in time. She'll go that way. A little bit off on the Slinger. So she'll be on the move now. That is Dwight. We're gonna oppression this while we have time. He's on this corner here, and we got, what was that, 20% regression? That's excellent, actually. We'll hit the Dwight. He has a non-obsession, which is awesome for us. Then he's going to go for the T-wall. Let's see if we can get a quick mind game going here. Answer is no. Instead, he continues through. 2 people on Gen's a little bit scary, I will say. He'll drop that early. Smart play. He's on logs. How did that miss? Holy hell, in a handbasket. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate indeed. Yeah, he's looking behind him pretty consistently. Nancy's here. We're not going to ignore her at all. Unfortunately, oppression's not back up, so we aren't going to be able to get any regression there. They did vault here. Not sure what the game plan is unless they have a dead hard. Does not look like they do, so we'll just down them there. And we see more scratch marks there. About another, what is it? 15 seconds on oppression before we can get a pop oppression on this gen, it looks like. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, though. We chased 2 people this entire time, so I fully expected that we're going to see 2 gens pop off. And it's not a great place for us to be, but hey, we'll get it working one way or another. Alright, we see the Dwight over there. They're going for a heal, from the looks of things, behind the water. What is that? Water tower, I guess, would be the right word to use. They did heal in time before we were able to get to them, though. Scratch marks continue, and that is the Meg. She's not looking behind her, but she didn't go the way I expected, so we didn't predict the shot right. The play for us? Maybe, maybe. Alright, we got him to go off of that. He's not going to respect State of S for last, which is a mistake on his part. We'll shoot, get more stacks, and then we can hit him up on hook, at the very least. Upsy daisy, Dwighty boy. No one in the middle. Scratch marks are still not horribly faded, so I want to say that Nancy might come back. But let's go for some gens. We have another 15 seconds on oppression. Nothing there. What about over here? Looks like this gen is both a pop target and an oppression target alike. Alright, pop is still up. Let's keep that in mind. We're actually going to break on her rather than taking a hit. That way we save our State of S for last stacks, because we're not going for the chase immediately anyways. So this works out. No oppression triggers, and she goes into shack from the looks of things. We do see scratch marks back here as well, so it looks like she actually continued. A little bit off. She went full to the right instead of going to the corner. Sad. Alright, she's in this tile. She's going around the corner. Let's see if we can get a mind game here. We do, and we'll get it down. Oh wait, that wasn't the other Nancy. That was an Obsession Nancy. This is someone completely different. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's what happens when you're wearing the same skin, I suppose. Scratch marks go back to the gen, it looks like. So let's go for another pop. Oppression is back up in 60 seconds, 45-ish. I think it's going to be after pop, though. Let's get a kissing booth scenario on the Nancy here. Get her down. And at the very least, what we'll do is we'll pop this, and then we have oppression up for next time. Alright, upsy daisy, Nancy. We're not in a horrible place, all things considered, but we're not in a great place either. What we need to do is we need to get that other Nancy out of the game ASAP. As far as where gens are, I think that 3 gen on the far side is kind of where we need to be at. So let's head over here real quick and let them get the Nancy off the hook. Because we do see someone on that 3 gen, and we can't let them split it in time. If we do lose the match without question. Come here, Dwighty boy. We don't get the hit, but we get some distance at the very least. He'll have to go to the left in order to avoid the hit, which he does not. And with State of S for last, I think he messed up. He'll try and get to this pallet. Dead hard. Fine. That's a pretty weak pallet, though. He tried to mind game. He doesn't have dead hard, which means he'll go down right now. And then we'll pop oppression that gen and get everything regressing again. Perfect. Alright, let's do that. We don't need to break this pallet. That is another 10% regression. Let's get another 10% regression of oppression, though, real quick. Let's see how many. That's 1, maybe 2. I think that was 2 10% regressions, which is amazing. Like, that's as if we popped this gen for free. Brilliant. And a cool thing is, it's not like Surge to where it's regressing by itself now because they've popped it. Let's get a kissing booth on this Nancy. Should have been more than 6 seconds by now. It's been at least 15 based on the timer of oppression. 20 now, I would say. So we should be able to hook her again. And that's now 2 people on death hook. So, though it's not one of our targets, I think popping this is worth our while. That's another 10% aggression, even though we didn't oppression it. So these guys are just missing skill checks. Why? Don't know. I'm not sure if that was a heal skill check or what. But looks like it was a gen skill check. They're going around the hill. That's Nancy. Let's get the hit there. Get her on hook within our 3-gen. And oppression should be up within that time. Let's take a look at where some hooks are. One right back there. And I think that this Nancy is also dead, mind you. Alright, oppression up. That's another 10% regression off a skill check miss, I think. Not entirely certain. But all gens should be regressing now. This gen is being worked on, though, so the Dwight actually hit his skill check. Unfortunate timing. Wow. That was just a barely miss, too. Alright, there we go. We made up for it in the end. We made up for it in the end. Able to hit that shot on Dwight. He does have Dead Hard. Keep that in mind. Why Gunboy? You know, why not? He was on a 6-win streak when he started. Oof. I don't want to continue this chase for too long, though. So let's just get him on the loop. Get him the drop. He's on the bad side of it. And we'll break it. There we go. Come here, Dwighty boy. No, no, no. You're not going to get behind the tree. Don't you worry, buddy. What gen was that? That was not part of our 3-gen, so we're good. I appreciate that, Crunchy Crunch. Appreciate you, mate. Hope you're having a great day, by the way. Alright, we see scratch marks heading back towards our 3-gen. Actually, did they get... They got middle gen. Oh, would you look at that? Hi, Meg. You'll vault? She thought about it. Ended up not, though. And what next? She's going to bring us towards the gens that everyone's working on. We're just going to take our time. Not going to be too greedy. Let's down her. And get a hook. I want to say this is our first hook on the Meg, if not second hook. Do we actually get here in time? No, we don't. I'll drop her. Unfortunately, there wasn't like an immediate hook, I don't think. And this Nancy could have had breakout too. Hence why she is being so close by. Well, the pull is up. That will result in, I think, the Meg getting the hatch. She'll go through here. Will she go upstairs? Or what's their game plan? Going for a pallet, maybe. Yeah, that is a pallet there. We'll get a bit of distance that way, and she'll go for an unsafe pallet now. She could go immediately into the LT wall, which she will. She'll go to the L wall, which we can mind game. Let's see, mind game her that way, this way. Get her onto the bad side of the L. And we see the grass move ever so slightly. Get her to vault. No vault. She's playing it pretty safe, though. I can't complain with this. She does not overcommit at all. She's hugging corners. We're at the mind game. She's going to go for the T-wall now. No, she goes back for the L. If she vaults, it will matter. There we go. All right, Nancy. Time for you to get out of the match. And then, what's the verdict on hatch? Hook or hatch for the Nancy? No vault on hatch, by the way? Oof. Well, I'm imagining that Meg is going to get off our shoulder anyways if we do find her. And that's a big if, actually. I have no idea where the fresh hell she is. Let's see. I left her around here, right? She was around here, but if I was her, I'd be slugging off somewhere else. Well, ain't this unfortunate? Oh, hold on. Alright, let's find the hatch. I mean, if you want to get off my shoulder, you can. I'm just gonna down you again, though. There we go. Here you go, Meg. All yours. There you go. Come on now. You want to go down in the hatch or what? I love the new animation for the hatch entrance while you're slugged too. It's great. Just crawl on in. GG, well played though. All right, not too shabby at all. So that is now what, the 3-win streak? New animation is great. I do like that. Yo, what's up, Toxic Cupcake? Thank you much for GG's wouldn't let me in hatch. Strange. I've noticed that a few times. But GG's, I do appreciate stopping by saying hi. I was just about to stop by your chat and say GG well played to both you and Play Spiffy. If you want to say hi, okay. I want to do that right now. Hold up. Let me do that.
Thank you. You're amazing for that. Thank you guys. Just all amazing support today. It was crazy.
GG, well played, my friend.
Thank you, Derp. I'm sure Derp's working right now. But Derp, again, thank you so much for all those gifted subs too. Thank you.
Great night.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you guys. Man. Tough game, man. Tough game. I just need to get better at looping Deathslinger at this moment.
Yeah.
I just need to get better.
Deathslinger is hard to loop,
I need to play more
to
survivors to the point where I know how to like loop certain killers, because Deathslinger can be really tough. And you know what I mean? So, man. GG's to that guy though. How do I pronounce this?
That would be I.
Giltspire? Hope I'm pronouncing that. It's hard to loop, to be fair. Yeah, Deathslinger, man. That would be crazy. But I hope you have a great night. Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, dude.
No problem.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. It's very, very kind of you. One thing you know about me, so I say thank you a lot. So again, yo, Spire, dude, thanks so much for that amazing follow. Does mean a lot to me, and I do appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're amazing for that, and I do appreciate your support, buddy. Thank you. Thank you.
Seems like a nice guy.
I had to drop you some support as well. Again, thank you so much for that.
I appreciate you.
It does mean a lot to me. It really does. So again, thank you so much, buddy. It was a tough last game, not gonna lie. It's right when I was gonna end stream too. So it feels bad.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, dude, you're a good Deathslinger. Not gonna lie, you hit me with some pretty long. I honestly did not know Deathslinger can shoot that far on that. Like when I was by Shaq, you know.
18 meters.
So again, just thank you so much for that follow and pretty solid hits, man, or shots. No, I have no idea how to. I don't play Survivor, so I don't really know how to loop a Deathslinger.
Fair enough.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. And yo, Cupcake, thank you so much for the game and Popstar. Just thank you guys. Thank you guys for amazing support. And then yo, Geeky Giraffe, thank you so much.
Wicked nice dude. I like them a lot. Alright, though. No, did you misspell? Whoopsie. And we also go jump over to Toxic as well. Hold on, where are they? I feel like I already passed by them. Where are they? Before Pip, there we go. There's Toxic. I'll keep their chat up as well. Do we get an ad? We do get an ad, so we'll wait. All right, though. Well, that ad is going. Let's ready up for the next match. And thank you, Alex, for giving a shout out to Toxic and Spiffy. Appreciate that. Drivers, oh yes, I did forget that Drivers like went off somewhere into the match. I hit him, but that's about it. But that was about it. Jesus. Let's see here if we can fix this real quick, like. And should be good to go now. Perfect. All right, let's go say hi to Toxic.
This is your first time playing TBD.
Yeah.
GG, well played, my friend.
Jacob.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. I got distracted. I'm sorry.
Here to support other TBD streamers.
Cause I have. Oh my god. Because I have your stuff pulled up and I was about to follow you, but I got distracted with Spiffy ending stream.
All good, I promise.
My bad. Aw, I really appreciate it. Aw, thanks for the follow, Kiki. I really appreciate that too.
Have a great night / stream.
Shout out to Giltspire for being a really good Deathslinger.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Thank you for
His
the
aim was
SO.
on point.
Yeah, he's such a good Deathslinger. Once I saw that he was the actual Deathslinger, I got very depressed.
No, not a problem. It's definitely my pleasure. We do not like to go against Deathslingers because most of the time they're really good and their aim was definitely on point. So
most people don't like going against Deathslinger, to be fair.
He's listening to your stream.
oh,
That's why I was like, wait, why do I hear cupcakes? I thought I had it muted.
oh yeah. So that's why. But you were really good. I was
Thank you.
like,
Appreciate it.
I was like, are you serious right now?
Thank you. They seem really nice. Gonna make some food. You'll be lurking. I appreciate that, Spiffy. Thank you, thank you. Yo, what's up, Snag? How goes it? And Pink Toxic, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. And Toxic Cupcake, thank you much for the follow as well. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Hopefully you're having an amazing, amazing day. Alright, you're good? I'm happy to hear that. I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain. Had a pretty decent day, I would say. Just, now I'm hungry. That's kind of where my mind's at. Some food and some Deathslinger. Right now it's Win Streak Wednesday. We already got Deathslinger up to 10 wins, and so we're trying to get him back there now. I look at Atrocious looping you. Can't loop a Deathslinger, save my life. You're good, Spiffy. You're good. Don't worry about it. Deathslinger's a hard one to loop against, and especially for those who know how to do so. The biggest thing is just, like, don't throw pallets if you're in chase while not injured. If you're healthy, don't throw pallets. Like, take the hit, take the momentum, rather than letting me break the chain. We got a god-awful spawn, but we found that Cheryl, like, ASAP, so that's awesome. Oh, that wasn't Cheryl. Who was that? That's a Christmas sweater. We know that much. Was it a Meg? May have been a Meg. Scratch marks ended pretty abruptly. Looks like they are on the gen. Let's see. Hello, Meg. Nice dodge. That was actually pretty good. I wasn't expecting her to double back like that. We'll get the hit. Unfortunately, she is the Obsession. I don't know what is our luck or whatnot, but we always find the Obsession. We'll get an Oppression off real quick. Call me Little Santos because every streamer that knows me calls me that. Little Santos. What's the reference, I suppose? Why are you called Little Santos? I am curious now. We do find a non-obsession Meg. That's actually a pretty good thing. Was that 2 or 1? Looks like that's 1. You don't know where the injured Meg is, mind you. And we somehow weren't in chase when she vaulted that. Interestingly enough. We'll transfer over to the Kate. Just try and get everyone off of gens as long as possible. Oppression will be back up in just over 60 seconds. Kate trying to play this. We just shot the freaking bucket. No, that's a bad idea. You should not have done that. We should not be able to get hit with pallet. That's the good news. We'll get the hook here. Oppression is not back up for another, like, 30 seconds. Not sure if those were scratch marks or just, like, points of the hook. Interesting. I would like to pop this, but I'd also like to oppression another gen. Yeah, that's a poppable target right there. We have about 10 seconds until we have oppression. We'll transfer over to here, because we hear this gen worked on too. Now we're going to get pop and oppression, and we see our obsession again. So pop oppression just went off. That is another bit of regression. They will not vault for some ungodly reason. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate that. Unfortunately, you probably are going to hear the gen right behind us pop off right next to us before we get this hook. Which is real unfortunate, in fact, if they commit to it. I mean, they have every reason to do so. They didn't. What? Why would you not commit to that? You almost had it finished in time. Looks like they're back on this gen now. There's Claude, non-obsession. We only have 1 stack of State of Best for last, though, which is a real shame. We ideally always want, like, 2 or 3, if we can help it. Well, Mind Gamer there. Unfortunately, it's a pretty sloppy Mind Game, to be honest. We probably shouldn't have gotten that because we got stuck on that little lip there. But, a Mind Game's a Mind Game. I'll take it. Let's pop. We won't get the Oppression, but we have another Oppression target, so that's the good news. Pop this. We already are reloaded. Let's try and get over there ASAP. See what damage we can do. We'll hit the Meg. I feel like this is our first time hitting her too. She lost a lot of momentum there. Let's see if she has a dead hard. No dead hard yet. No dead hard yet. Dead hard. Perfect. Let's get her up on a hook. And now we can go for a pop oppression on that gen. That's our obsession mag. Is she going to go for a body block or does she have Saboteur as a perk? No Saboteur. That's fine by me. And now she's going to want me to loop her? Interesting. She's not going to make that pallet in time. We'll down her. Does she have DS still, maybe? That's the only other thing that I can think of her playing this way. But that's fine. We'll get the hook here. We're going to avoid the power struggle if they do have it by some odd means. Just the basic fact that power struggle exists always makes me wary of those type of situations. We do see them over here, so we're going to get a pop oppression on this gen. That's going to get other gens regressing. Scratch marks go around, then stop, so the Kate's still here. We'll get a hit on her. More stacks and save the best for last. A little bit up and to the right. Not a great shot, to be honest. Probably shouldn't have gone for that. Given the fact that 2/3, or 3/4, Jesus, 2/3. 3/4 of ours are injured. I imagine that we have people injured over here. That is Claude. Not injured, unfortunately. That's okay. We'll get our 4th stack. And a little bit early. Looks like she's not on pallet. There we go. Got her on the corner. Let's get the hit, the down, and the pop. Deathslinger bad, Trapper OP. Yes, Trapper is OP. You know, if he has all the Trapper sacks in the world. Man, I just wish they would buff Trapper. I really do. I really do. He needs some love and care. I don't know why they done Trapper dirty the way he has. Let's check this gen, and then we'll go for Hill gen for a pop oppression. Yep, we see them over there. That's a good guess. That's on 2 sil. That's okay. That's a corner gen that I don't care for as much. We'll pop this. Imagine we'll be able to get oppression done later. Give me 50 traps, I win? Pretty much, yeah. You know, insta drop too, like not even setting them, just drop them. Yeah, that's fine. You'll vault, I imagine. Yep, bounce landing, life, either or. Looks like one of them. Based on the no stun, though, I'm going to say it's bounce landing. We'll gain distance on her, even if we don't get the hit. Every vault and pal with that many? I mean, that's true, that's true. It'd definitely help out a little bit. Will she go for the vault? She will. She'll go continue for the pallets, I imagine. She'll drop early. Oh my god. I mind game myself there. I really thought that she was going for it. Will she vault in? She will. But then there's no way out, so I'm not sure what the game plan is here. Yep, we'll get the kissing booth going. The buff Trapper deserves, 100%. Absolutely. We might see a gen pop off now, since this chase has been pretty long. Not something that I wanted by any stretch. That gen's still sparking on the hill. Good news. That gen isn't being worked on at all. This gen, on the other hand... We'll hit the Claude. Ugh, unfortunate timing. If there's one person, then maybe we could have made that. A little bit too far to the right. Alright, we'll hit the Kate. Get her going inside if she really wants to. Alright, Kate, what's the game plan now? We'll drop early. We'll hit you. I'm going to get you off of this real quick. We'll pop oppression. Might as well. And then we're going to hook the Kate. I think this is going to be our first death of the game, which isn't great on one gen left, but we might be able to make it work. No, it's not our first death. All 4 of them are on death hook. We literally need to kill someone so badly. I have no idea. That is 3 sil. That's fine. We'll down you and get a pop off on this gen. We'll pop. Let's get you up. Hopefully no DS. No DS, perfect. Which means Mega's now dead. That doesn't sound great, man. That sounds pretty horrible. Hopefully, whatever it is, you're able to heal quickly. Let's see. Looks like they're back here. Not sure if they're on that gen as well. I don't know where else they went. Where the healthy one is, rather. We'll break this so we can at least get some damage on her. Let's see, they're back on that gen. That's not good. Thankfully, it's only on 3 so I'm not going to complain too much, I guess. Oh, wow. That was close. Almost got the play I wanted. Claudette's still injured, though. What is she doing? That was interesting. All right, we have pop oppression and we have basement here, so we can hook her real quick and then pop it. We'll get oppression too, so if anyone else is on another gen, then it'll get regression by 10% ideally. Yeah, I almost tore my IT band, so I know that feeling. It's not a good one for sure. We'll get the kissing boost. So that will be death there as well. And with pop oppression, I think that seals the deal. I don't think they can really do much at this point. Pick you up, and we have a hook right to our left. Follows up, sounds like a plan. We'll see if this last survivor, Kate, gets the hook or the hatch. Okay. I don't feel like I heard her. I feel like that was the Megan that I heard. I have no idea where hatch is. But I guess we'll just have to search around and find out. Crow's have not been disturbed over here, so that Kate's not over this direction. She did what now? Why would... You had the hatch escape potentially, and you did the gen instead. What? Why would you think that's a good idea? That's so confusing to me. No one else voted? Okay. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I'll kill her. She did the final gen. That was such an odd decision. But let her out for the achievement? What's the achievement? Out of curiosity. I'm not aware of what it is. Besides, we heard hatch, so we'll give it to her. That is one of our rules. We hear hatch, we'll give them the hatch. Come on now, let's go. Finish last gen and escape through the gates at... Oh, the gates. Whoops. That's a bit unfortunate. GG well played, though. GG well played. Yeah, I mean, there's the hatch instead. I wasn't aware that that was an achievement for gates. No problem. Hey, thank you much for the GGs, Rubear. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. And thank you much for stopping by, saying hi. Would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. And with that being said, welcome to the Guilty Ones. Happy to have you here. If you are interested, make sure you also check out our Discord and our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. Don't worry about it. Deathslinger is hard to go against, to be fair. You did well. Me and True Girl are rusty right now. You did fine, you did fine. There are some plays that you guys definitely could have done better, but hey, c'est la vie, right? At the end of the day, it's all about the fun of the game. And Queens, thank you much for our Queen Sifa. I think that's how you say it. Queen Sifa, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. Happy to have you here. Hopefully having an amazing, amazing day. Were you in this last match out of curiosity? True E-Girl here? Okay, so you're a true E-Girl. Fair enough. Well, GG's, my friend. GG's, and appreciate it. We're right now doing Win Streak Wednesday with the Deathslinger. I think we're right now on a 4-win streak? Yeah, we're back on a 4-win streak. We've gotten them up to 10 today, but unfortunately we lost it on, what map was it? It was on, no, not Disturbed Ward. It was on Sheltered Woods, that's right. But how you doing? Hopefully both have had a wonderful Wednesday. Do anything much today? I just want to check something real quick in Discord. Yeah, I see Rue is online. Let me make sure I have Rue up for a view for him. Alright, little Rue guard. Let's take a look-see. We're going to leave them up and put you there.
There you go.
No, not there I go, Rue. I can't listen to you while I'm playing my own game. GG's, everyone. GG's. Alright. Well, let's go and put on another Blood Points offering. It should be good to go. Alright. Alright, Felix Boy. Ash, you want to ready up? You want to play against Mr. Deathslinger, maybe? Mr. Caleb, we do see one flashlight, one toolbox. Of course, the toolbox scares me more than the flashlight, just because I don't care about flashlights. I'm usually pretty aware of my surroundings. And session closed. Never mind. I guess I don't need to worry about them after all. Unfortunate. Just asking Frankie real quick, how goes the food? I'm curious. I'm very hungry right now. And by the way, with those last 2 follows, just want to mention that we now have crossed 1.1k followers. We're slowly but surely on our way to 2.5k, our next follower goal. Ready for the 1 degree angles? Yeah. Thank you, thank you. You know, it's not our big milestone, but definitely a milestone nonetheless. Alright, we got our chicken pesto pasta. Very excited about this. With a cheese sauce, it looks like. Very hot, though. Yeah, it tastes really good. I mean, you can't exactly go wrong with, like, pasta and cheese with shredded chicken and pesto. It's a pretty good choice. Pretty good choice. Zappy's count to 4K against CDM as his win streak. I love this man. What win streak is Zappy's on now? Twins. It's on Twins, right? He is a Twins main after all. Gotcha. I figured it was coming up soon. I just wasn't sure when. Could you actually do me a favor, Frankie, and grab me a spoon? The cheese sauce is a bit, a little bit loose, so I think a spoon would be better here. 51. Jesus. Nicely done. I swear, that man swears he's not a Twins main, but I do not think so. It's all good, Frankie. It happens. Sometimes that can just happen. And what's easier than just ask to know something I'm not happy about it? Do you guys see what I see? I see 3 toolboxes. That scares me. That scares me just a wee bit because it makes me think that there's multiple brand new parts. On top of which we see a Shroud of Binding, more likely than not. I'm betting a 4-man Swift, at least 2 brand new parts, and a purple flashlight with nice little add-ons. You thinking 3 brand new parts? I'm thinking 2. I'm thinking 2 brand new parts at least. Maybe a Commodious toolbox on one of them, but definitely at least 2 brand new parts. I'm hoping for a smaller map to where I can pressure them off the gens early. I kind of wish I had Franklin's, but I guess Franklin's doesn't matter on brand new parts because they just burn them right away, right? I'm going to have to play very aggressively to keep my streak. These are gen rushers, 100%. Like, it's not like as bad as back in the day when brand new parts finished a gen, but still. This year is gen rushing. Bad news, we have no spoons. Or... yeah, okay, I guess I'll stick with a fork then. And Shelby, thank you much for the sub. Hi, how you doing? And that is 3 months sub for Shelby. Thank you, thank you. Mid-witch is not good for us. We're assuming at least 2 brand new parts. Mid-witch is going to be really hard for us because if they spawn all together on one gen, we're going to see it pop off in like 5 seconds. Okay, we see someone. Good news. We see 2 people. Even better news. Let's go for a chase. At least keep 1 person off a gen, right? She drops down, gets stunned. Now, she does not go that way, but we end up seeing the Kate instead. And Prilosito, thank you much for the sub. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. Oh, Shelby gifted us tier 1 sub to Prilosito. Thank you, Shelby. I appreciate you. Much appreciated. All right, that's an early down, thankfully, but we have no idea where the hell they are. Okay, I stand corrected. I see where the Claudette is. All right, Claudie. Had to get a sub to my hubby. That's fair, that's fair. I feel like Claude is still nearby. Those scratch marks are not too far away, but I don't know. I can't... Oh, there's Jake. Perfect. Hi, Jakey boy. Let's get a hit here. He'll drop pallet for no reason because he's a Jake. You know, no offense to any Jake mains out there, but he's a Jake. We can spend some time around this loop and get it down, I think. We want him on the other side of this loop, mind you. Dead hard. Nice. That was amazing. That was a great play by Jake. Now, what pallet was that? Wait, that wasn't that pallet. Why did I hear that pallet so close to me? That was so strange. All right. Water balloon now have it all over your chest. I'm not surprised at all. That is very much something that you would do. All right, down goes the Jake. Up he goes. We don't need to worry about flashlight because he's using the flashlight. I still don't know where they are, by the way. No power struggle on the Jake. Good news there. And let's get you down in the basement. We could have gone into the middle again, but I think this is not bad. I mean, to be fair, I guess Frankie doesn't really even need to wear a shirt in the house, but, you know, that is purely up to him. Hold on. That gen is being worked on slightly. Editing and chilling, very nice. Are you editing for some YouTube vids, Shelby? Did you talk to Rue by chance? If so, I definitely recommend doing so. He's a very good friend of mine. What just happened here? Now, granted the fact that no gens have been done, I am feeling that they do not have a brand new part just yet. Wait, she just went the wrong way. Oh, strange. Very strange. Alright, let's put a hook here. Sure, go with it. Are you going to try and sabotage? That's a bad idea. That's a very bad idea. Get a dead heart out of you too. Even better, actually. Because now we can do this. Grab you back to the hook. Down you. Get a pop on the gen. We'll get another pop on the hook with the Cheryl. Or, sorry, that's a Lori, not a Cheryl. We should be good to go. Oh, wait, eating? Oh, I thought I said editing. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I'm dyslexic, and I see things, and words just blend. Yeah, I see that now. I see that now. Don't you worry. I'm very well aware. Look, dyslexia is a thing. Dyslexia is a thing. That's all I'm saying. Hello, Jake, now. Oh. Where are you going, Jakey boy? They finally got one gen done, so I'm going to say no brand new parts. He dives back down, then goes back to the right. He doesn't go upstairs. That's insane that we missed that. That really is. I don't understand, like, how small the hitbox is. I'd like to actually know what the hitbox is on Deathslinger, honestly. It'd be kind of interesting to see it. I'll do that instead of hitting her, just because I want to keep my stacks. No, Claude, I'm not paying attention to you. Whips out 4 gens in 2 minutes. Don't say that, they will. Not being able to get that Jake down is really annoying, actually. Because it means that we just extended chase much longer than we need to. He has God Pallet here. Doesn't go for it. Okay, that's alright. Not the end of the world. They're not on gens from what I can hear. They go back to middle. They are taking time to heal, which is fine. He has Iron Will from the sound of things. But good news is we have predicted his movement. Claudette has been the only one not hooked thus far, if I'm not mistaken. Which I'm fine with because she is the obsession. So if we're keeping stacks, then I don't care. Let's see. I hear them upstairs, so let's go up the ramp here and then go for that gen back there. We should be able to get a pop and oppression. I feel that someone did drop down. Ooh, that was a close one. That was real close. Holy hell. Like, she was just about to drop off. And now what we can do is we can literally put her on the hook that the Jake just came off. Hello, everybody. How goes it? Is the Claude still here by chance? Actually, hold up. She might be. Scratch marks continue, then end abruptly. No, not in the bush that I thought she'd be in. Unfortunate. Let's take a listen for where the gens are. Yeah, so the Claude was probably still nearby. We'll take another listen on these gens up top. Scratch marks going up the ramp. Thank you, Frankie. They did finish a gen, though. That wasn't the middle gen that we've been focusing on, is it? No. Not sure which one that was, to be honest. I'm going to body block this window so she can't get to it. And it changes the way that she's going to go. Now, she has a dead hard, if I'm not mistaken. Dead hard. Do it. Apparently not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Alright. More scratch marks behind me, which means that that was probably someone else. No, maybe that was her scratch marks. Hard to know for certain. Let's check this gen down here, see if you need to drop down. Lori def has dead hard, yeah. Not on that gen. Yeah, right now we're just focusing on the Jake and the Lori. I feel like I hear the Lori. Alright, looks like they are on this gen. That is the Claude. I'm just gonna let this break. There we go. Well, we can't pop it, but it's not really a poppable target anyways. We'll just suppression. Get gens regressing. Looks like they are downstairs, mind you. We see Claude here. Might as well down her at this point. I mean, she's an easy target. Let's take a look at where these hooks are. That one's right near the stairs. I'm not a moth, Jake. You can stop that. It's not going to work as well as you want it to. Now we're going to go for Jake. Because that means that the Lori will have to come off of the gen to make that work. Yeah, he jumped down. So we're actually going to do the same for a couple reasons. I'll see Jake's down here. I don't care too much. He might go back up. Maybe. But I'm going to pop this gen instead. Yeah, so I think Lori's the one who went for the unhook. That would make most sense because she's no longer here. And Chaos Kitty, thank you much for the raid. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. How y'all doing today? Hopefully you all are doing well. I am Mark, aka Gilty, an educational killer man, here to teach killers how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Hope you have an amazing day. We also stream a dedication to Extra Life. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. There go my drivers. Apologies about that. Alright. What'd you do wrong? I don't think you can do the @ That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's just Cloudbot being Cloudbot. It didn't work right? I don't know. Cloudbot's strange like that. Either that, maybe you got the name wrong. That's the only other thing I can think of. Nope, just Cloudbot being Cloudbot. Who knows at this point? All right, they are downstairs. I do hear the gen being worked on. Yeah, thank you, T. I appreciate it. But hopefully y'all are doing well and have an amazing, amazing day. Hello, survivors. I do see him going back that way, and that's fine. We're gonna impression the gen, make sure everything else is regressing. Or at least see a 10% regression somewhere. Not there. Looks like they went upstairs. I see it. Don't think I don't for a second here. No, Laurie. Let's break. No, we don't need to break. This is fine. Double shout out. Could be because they're offline. That's a possibility, though I feel like I've seen people shout out me when I'm after I raid, so I don't know. But in all the commotion, are we going to give the Jake the hook or the hatch? What say you, chat and guilty ones? Hook? Alright, let's see. Oh, hello. Well, let's get this. We are going to see a pallet drop, maybe. No pallet drop. Instead, we're just going to continue to loop. Let's get the hit on you. That will be another stack of saves. And perfect. Pulls up. Well, I've seen enough people say hook. I get a feeling that you guys are bloodthirsty as per usual. So let's put Jake right up here. Goodbye, Jakey boy. I mean, it definitely could have lasted a little bit longer if the Claudette didn't DC, but hey. They, Oh, hey, hatch. I didn't even realize that was here. GG, well played to those survivors. And yeah, that's a 5-win streak now, so we went from up to 10-win streak and now back to a 5. So we should at least probably get him back close enough. And looks like just yellow toolboxes, wow. That's surprising. We do see a Prove Thyself, though. We saw the Jake with Prove Thyself. Yes, I will fix the drivers right now. For those who don't know, my drivers like to deactivate themselves once in a while and freezes my face cam, so I do apologize for that, though. It kind of is a meme at this point in my channel. Alrighty, though. Perfect. Should be good to go now. Today is Win Streak Wednesday, by the way, so if you are wondering why we're playing nothing but Deathslinger, that is why we're trying to get our killers to as high of win streak as possible, ideally all the way up to a 50 eventually. We're getting there slowly but surely. We are using no add-ons to go along with it, and a win counts as a 3K plus hatch or a 4K. But I'm going to take a quick bite of my food real quick, since Frankie was kind enough to make me dinner. And even better news, actually. Deathslinger, for all of today, all of our blood points that we got, since we're just about at 300,000 blood points, that should be enough blood points to actually finish up our doctor and get him all the perks on him. So that's actually pretty exciting. I am very happy about that. That'll be number 7 out of 22, I think. That we have with all the perks. I'm trying to figure out who the next one might be. It might be, the next one I think it might be Michael Myers. Right now, I've been pretty much doing all of the killers that have like the most perks or most pages first. That way, I can spend the least amount of blood points. So I think the next one might be Michael. I'll try and make sure to get some tombstones and scratch mirrors just in case, though. That way, we can do more BK Myers. Alright, let's see. Might as well put on some more blood point offerings, go from there. Yo, what's up? I'm not sure if that's an I or an L, but what's up, Laz? GG, man, GG. I appreciate you stopping by saying hi. Would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. We are an educational killer main, here to teach killers how to play killer, and survivors how to play against killer. Not to mention, we also stream a dedication to extra life. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. You can actually donate by going right below the video and see either some Hot Ones Hot Wings or to choose a match of Killer or Survivor, which we'll be doing tomorrow, since today is Win Streak Wednesday. So we're playing nothing but Deathslinger today. But with that being said, let's take a quick look and see what map we end up on. I also want to take a quick look at my Discord and pull up Hex here so I can bring them up on another page and leave a bit of a lurk slash view for them. Need to make sure I'm supporting the other Children of the Fog. For those who do not know what Children of the Fog is, I've created a Discord for some Dead by Daylight streamers like myself to basically interact with one another, collaborate, raid, whole 9 yards. It's a very fun venture, to say the least. Town Propagation, trying to think of where they would spawn. It's possible that they could spawn over by Shack. We weren't right on top of it, so it's not outside the realm possibility. If that is the case, they are going back to this gen. But scratch marks go the opposite way of which I was expecting. They go this way instead. I hear the bush right here. That's a good dodge. I honestly should have predicted that based on the fact that the hook was there. She'll probably go for the vault. She does not. She'll probably go back in. Or she holds W. No, she's back on the long side. Honestly, I'm going to give up chase here. Chasing around Shack is just not a good idea for me. Not when I need to pressure gens instead. Hello, David. Let's get a hit on you. That's 1 stack of save. We'll get the hit. And we should be able to get the down as well. We're going to oppression before we pop. So let's oppression first, then pop after. And we see 1 and 2. Perfect. Hello, David. Up you go. Which one do we go for? There is the one that's closer, the one that's a bit farther away. I would assume that the one closer is the Yui that we were chasing. So let's see how far along this gen is. It's not too far along. It's not a great pop target, to be honest. Yep, they go for the unhook. Makes sense. Let's see. No, that's not who I was expecting, actually. Well, get the hit on you. Unfortunately, you are a obsession. I'm going to see if I can spin you around a little bit. I'm going to try and get you to go this way towards Shack. I do not like that I have to do this, but c'est la vie. I want to say... Actually, there's no point in doing that because I don't have stacks to even save. If I hit her right now, then I'm just going to lose all the stacks. Silly. Yep, she's trying to be a bit squirrely, ensure that she's able to get away. We'll get the down here at the very least, though. And within that time, we'll get a pop oppression. Where's our closest hook? Right there. Let's get a pop oppression on that gen that we saw regress. And see what damage we can do. Amount of work on that gen, 2 sil. It's a poppable gen. It's a good pop target. I imagine that they'll probably go for the unhook right behind us, though. And we see 10% regression at arches. Further back in, they go into the middle. That's fine. I will ignore that and go for the gen protection instead. Yeah, he's trying to be a bit squirrely as well, trying to avoid getting shot. But it just results in me getting distance instead. So it works out for me in the long run. Yep, we just knew he was going to bottleneck himself. We'll get the down. And now we'll be able to get the hook and have another pop in hand. It's going to be 60 seconds until we get our oppression up, so that's not going to do much for us. But it's not a bad idea for us to pop the arches. I feel like Lori has also been on this gen quite a lot. And that's on, what, 2 sil? No, 1 sil. Honestly, not great targets. So we might just end up holding it and not wasting time. That gen also isn't a great target. We have another, like, 15-ish seconds. Wow. Like, on all the gens I was expecting, that was not the gen. Now, they're on arches. And they're taking this very carefully. This is the Feng Min. How did I miss that? That's interesting. We'll get the hit, though. And she mind gamed herself. Perfect. Alright, upsy daisy. Let's get another pop, and we have oppression now as well. I'm trying to think of what gens we need to worry about, but nothing really comes to mind right away. We do see scratch marks going up to the middle, so it's possible that there's 2 people on that. Might be a decent pop target now. He drops down a little bit late. We'll get a pop oppression at least. Get oppression going. Hello, Yui. We'll get the hit. And looks like they're on arches. Dead hard. Nicely done. That was very well played. We're going to ignore that for now and go for this gen. Unfortunately, we'll have to lose some stacks in order to get her quickly. I'd like to get that gen finished ASAP. Or rather, popped. David might be there, which is my only concern. I don't think he is. No, he's not. Good. We'll get that popped. Oppression's up in 60 seconds. Alright. So what gen can we oppress is the next question. There's the hill gen, of course. We do see David over there. Imagine Yui's back over here. No. She is not. Let's see. They double back around. What about this gen? Nothing. Peculiar. They're going to go through middle. And yeah, they're going for the unhook from the looks of things. So we'll join them. If they touch the gen, then we can oppression. And if we can get it down, even better, we can get a pop. I have no qualms going after you again, Lori. I don't know where your unhooker is. There she is. Perfect. I much prefer that because we can get some stacks and not lose out saved best for last so early. I don't think we're going to be able to make this work, so I'm going to fall off here. That's just a really tight loop that I just don't want to go after. Instead, we're going to use our time wisely and go after some gens. I'd rather do that and get an impression going. The bottom gen, I'm not sure if we've checked it at all. But this gen, on the other hand, is a good oppression target. We'll do that. And we'll be able to get top and oppression. That's down you. I'm not even going to even pay attention to David whatsoever. We're just going to oppression real quick. We're going to pick you up. We're going to immediately hook you and then go to arches for a pop. I think that's our best plan of action here. Because I imagine Lori and maybe even the Yui are over there. I'm not sure how well it got regressed to. Yep, looks like Yui's over here. Not sure about the Lori, though. Either ways, we'll get the pop. And she's back on this tile. To my left. I heard they're breathing. And we should be able to get a hit here. Nice 360. That was actually beautifully executed. She can drop, but she's going to get injured one way or another. That's the one thing that you don't really want to do against the Deathslinger, to be honest. Now, she could loop this, but looks like she's not going to. Instead, she's going to head over towards Shaq. I think that's the better play. Let's see. Will she go long side? No, we're going to ignore her for a second. Go after someone a little bit more vulnerable. Lori's here as well, because we saw the Fang Min who's injured. We heard bones, and we see the David. Dead Heart, nicely done. We'll regress this. Get oppression going as well. And I'll let that go. I wanted to get him on the kissing booth, but it didn't work in time. There we go, though. That is perfect. Alright, let's get him up. We might see that gen on arches pop off, but I think David might be dead. So, even if so, getting one person out of the game... No! Look at that. That's still regressing. Interesting. They haven't switched to that gen. We could still have a Lori back here on this gen, so I might as well go after it real quick, unless it's still regressing too. There's Lori. They finished that gen on the other side. That's fair. Imagine Fang Min is over there. Where did she just go? I don't hear her, so Iron Will maybe? No, no Iron Will. I just played that wrong. That's all. We lose stacks, but say lovey. Well, we'll still get a kill here and bring it back to 2 people on 2 gens. But it's just a great spot for us in general. Oppression's back up too, so let's get things regressing. Anything that they've already touched. Normally I'd like to end on 3 State of Best for Last stacks with Deathslinger, but we'll make this work. I do not have any real qualms. Yep, there's the Feng Min. Hello, Feng. How goes it? Yui definitely seems to be the strongest play here for sure. Ugh. I don't know why I flicked so hard to the left. I was hoping that she would do like a very dramatic turn. But now she's going to be looking for this pallet. Yep, she goes around. This is a pallet here, yeah. Oh, wow. I'm surprised. I mean, you can spin around in circles if you want. I can just come up and hit you instead of shooting you. Yo, what's up, Addict Vibes? GG's, my friend. GG's. Much appreciated. Stomp by saying hi. I can talk now. Just been sitting here listening. Doing a paper. Ah, what's the paper on? Drop shot, out of curiosity. And what's the verdict? We are giving Hatch to Yui. Sounds like a plan. She is the only person we have not hooked, to be fair. If I had to guess where the Yui is, where would I think she would be? No, it looks like she's already found Hatch. Yo, what's up, big dog? How goes it? How's the day been? Hopefully you're doing well. And that is another win for the Deathslinger. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Genetics. Ooh, well, that sounds like fun. Gave you a little dance on me. I enjoyed it greatly. Encore. 6 wins now, not too shabby. So yeah, I think we can get him back at least up to 8. I'll probably do that at the very least, as long as we keep winning. Good luck. Have fun. Next match. These guys seem nice, though. They seem nice. And Attic, thank you much for once again for stopping by saying hi. Like I said, would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. But let's jump into our next match of the Deathslinger. And also take another bite of my chicken pesto mac and cheese. I'm doing good, big dog. Doing good. What have you been up to? Anything much? How's school been treating you? Hopefully it's been going all right. Did you get around to upgrading your PlayStation yet? Alright, Slinger. How far away from you leveling? Okay, that would be another 150,000 if we can get another level. We're almost to Devotion 4, by the way. School's been school, to be honest. Very time-consuming. I can understand that. Thankfully, you're getting pretty close to summer vacation, right? Yo, what's up, Vet? How you doing? GG's, my friend. How you doing today? Hopefully you had a good old time in that match. You guys did very well. You guys were giving me a pretty good loop there. I was just able to manage the gens in the long run. But do appreciate stop by, staying high. Would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones. Outfit? I don't think that there's a command for outfit, but there is the Excel spreadsheet. Unless maybe I'm mistaken. I was confused. Yeah, it's a channel point redeem if you want to change the outfit, and then there's the Excel spreadsheet underneath the video if you want to buy a specific outfit as well. Though I don't think there's one for Killer. I want to see the ones you've got. Okay. Right now, the only ones that I've got, like the full outfits, is the Frontier Vigilante. All right, sounds good, big dog. We'll see you in a bit. But anytime, Vet. Hopefully, you're having a great day. Yeah, so that's the only one we have, and then we also have the custom-made Custer as well from the double-crossed outfit. We didn't buy the entire thing. And of course, we also have the, whatchamacallit, the default skin. Also, I love this person's name, the Claudette. I get shot a lot. I mean, I don't think that's going to change today, I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be a whole lot more of the same. It's real fun, and thank you anytime, anytime. Like I said, would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. We are an educational killer main here to teach killers how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. On top of which, we stream in dedication to extra life. We're trying to help heal kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, that's perfect. You know, I have all the killers in the game who has a gun. Technically not a gun, a projectile weapon, I suppose. I guess it is a spear gun in that sense. Either ways, they're gonna get shot a few times. Unless maybe, who knows, maybe they're a god at the game and they will just dodge every single one of our attempts. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. What also will really determine a lot is what map we're on. That is going to be a little bit terrifying, to be honest. Let's see and find out. Underground Complex. Good and bad in its own right. Just due to the fact that, you know, really narrow hallways, really great for our shots, but I don't like it on Deathslinger. It can lead to some awkward situations with loops. I imagine they spawn in upside down. That jet has not been worked on. We hear scratch, or we see scratch marks. I'm still gonna check the upside down. Yep, just like I thought. Ooh, this. Oh, that's Claude. That's, I get shot a lot. Come here, Claude, and you're gonna get shot. Just a few times. Oppression tells us where they're at, and they are on the far gen over there. Good news. Sure, if you really want to do that. It's an interesting move to say the least, but I guess maybe she has some challenges. Oh my god, I missed that. You know what? You can go. You can go. I'm gonna go to this corner gen that we saw the 10% regression on. That's another 10% regression. Good, good. Like, this is a gen that I'm actually concerned about. Alright, looks like Lori... Oh, geez, a little bit early. Just a wee bit early. Another 10% regression upstairs, too, it looks like. Lori is here. Hello, Lori. No, no, no. No pallet for you. No pallet. We need to get a pop oppression on that gen ASAP, I think. There would be an ideal scenario. Thankfully, they're doing a top gen pretty early, which is good for us. The thing is with these maps is that they're able to break line of sight quite easily. But she's going to be bottlenecked here. I do, every time. I always find the obsession first. Especially when I'm, like... Alright. I mean, I guess I don't get a pop on that gen then. Imagine that Jake might be back there. Yep. I mean, I guess we wouldn't have gotten the pop in time anyways, but still. Why'd she DC? That's so confusing to me. Scratch marks ended suddenly, and doubled back, in fact. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just, they really don't like playing against Deathslinger, I guess. Oh, there's a Jake. Jakey boy. Just hold up, bud. I'm just gonna regress this gen and all the others for you. Don't you worry. Go this way, go that way. Are we going back upstairs, maybe? Let me just grab you. I guess I should have probably hit you. It would have gotten me another stack of Satamus for last, to be fair. Yeah. Let's check the upside down. I think that'd be another good place to check real quick. If they do the upside down, then, like I said, the upstairs or upside down are, like, 2 gens that I like to see done early. Scratch marks, and it seemed like it was going this way. I was right. Drop it early. That... Nice job! Nice job, Nancy. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I can appreciate that play. I mean, in the long run, you still get hit, but... I'm not sure. Oh, criminy. I had to. I was like, oh, I know exactly where she's going. I don't know why she's going there. Like, these type of tiles, you need to pay attention to that, because if you see that pallet, like, right here, it means that that's a dead zone right there. But, like, that was an amazing duck on her part. So they might be back in the corner healing. We'll find out in a second. Oh my god, this door isn't open. I hate how these doors sometimes spawn. It's just so frustrating. The thing is, that one will open the moment that, well, yeah, we have 5 stacks. It's worth our time to do this. Come on, Claude, tug. Tug. There you go. Put you back in the corner. Attempted my game? No, she's on pallet. Why, though? That's a bit confusing, to be honest. But, hey, Vet, thank you much for the follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're having a great day, and welcome to the Guilty Ones. Happy to have you here. Alright, we might as well, I guess, pop oppression this. Most gens should be regressing at this point pretty severely. That gen's not an exception. And another regression. So that's 20% regression on that one gen. If that gen had any progress, it certainly doesn't now. Just barely, I suppose. And it looks like that's Jake. Do we know what Jake's exhaustion perk is? Because I don't think we've seen it. I really don't. Will he get the unhook in time? Yeah, maybe. It'll be close. We'll hit you. And might as well try and go for the down on you. Are we gonna play this game? Are you gonna play this game? Alright, well, I think that she is trying to get me to grab her out of the locker for the DS, but because she kept on going in and out, I was able to actually get the hit instead. So I guess we'll just slug her out. That was a bit of a mistake, to say the least. I hope you have Unbreakable there, Claude, because you're gonna need it. Hi, Nancy. Nancy looks so creepy when she does that. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, I'm gonna hit you, but I'm gonna go pick up Claude. All right, come here, Claude. Do you have DS? I'm gonna go give the Nancy the hatch I've made. Okay, well now I can reconsider a little bit. Okay, now she farmed. That was... Okay, now I don't care. No, I rescind my statement. Nancy no longer gets it. Nancy no longer gets hatch. She just farmed her teammates. I'm not about that. Like, she immediately went from, okay, Nancy, I'll give you the hatch. I'll give you the hatch. Then I went from, no, never mind. Nancy, don't farm teammates. That's very rude. If you wouldn't have farmed, then I would have been fine, but you made that very deliberate choice. So, I'm gonna say no to that one. Well, well, too late. I made an executive decision on that one. I don't like when people farm. I'm not gonna reward that with a hatch. Sorry about that, guys. We'll vote for Big Dog next time. So Big Dog, we'll vote for 250 channel points for you, so that way you didn't waste those. But yeah, not a fan of the farm. I can understand why looking to end the game, but still, could at least play that a little bit. Sorry for the DC, not DV. I can't buy Survivor matches anymore? Oh, no, so you can, Big Dog, you can. Just not today. Today is Win Streak Wednesday, so we are playing specifically Killer and a specific killer on top of which. So tomorrow you'll be able to, I promise. You will be able to play some more Survivor then. Alright, based on the amount of time we have, we should be able to get 2 more matches in, unless one goes really, really long. So that should result in potentially a 9-win streak. Yo, what's up, Sabina? Or Sabian? How do I say your name? I'm so sorry. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? GG's, my friend. Yeah, no, that duck was pretty good. You got the timing down on that one. I was like, okay, respect. I mean, it worked out perfectly. I was going to give you hatch for that play, but then but then I saw you. I'm not sure it was like a purposeful or accidental farm. I was like, well, I can't give hatch to a farm. You know, I don't feel bad for this then. So I ended up deciding to kill you. But otherwise, I would have gotten hatch. But with that being said, do appreciate stopping by, saying hi, and would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. We are an educational killer main, here to teach killers how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Nice job, nerd, indeed. Okay, fair. I can respect that. See, if I had that knowledge in the game, I would have given you hatch, but I can respect that fact. It's one of those things like when you have like Dead Hard or any other exhaustion perk, you're like, oh crap, I switched off of that. It was pretty good. I was like, okay, I respect it. Hence the head nod. Alright, Megan. You want to ready up, maybe? We see a map. Now, map is usually paired with a key, so I'm kind of concerned that the Steve's going to switch to a key last moment. Let's see in a second here. No, no key. Okay, we're fine. Oh yeah, absolutely. So no key. I'm imagining a rainbow map. Good news, we aren't using totems. And then the toolbox could be a brand new part. I mean, I'm just going to assume that every toolbox is a brand new part because freaking brand new parts are brutal to play against. Cakes? What about cakes? So, Guilt sample text, when did that happen? As soon as the regular season ended, I joined sample text. Unfortunately, the playoff season wasn't long for sample text. We lost our first match against OOD. To be fair, we probably should have been able to win our first match due to the fact that our Survivor team did take a pretty hefty penalty. But hey, live and let live. Well, you know, now we have time to practice, get better for next time. Next season coming up. So just kind of waiting on when that's going to be. Yeah, see, I actually didn't want to play Doctor. My choice, and I was practicing beforehand, was Pig. I jumped into a call and they wanted me to play Doc. They thought it was a good idea. I'm like, I feel like Pig's a better one, but, you know, they said, well, you know, play Doc. To be fair, I do think that my build wasn't as ideal as I thought it was. Hold on, did I see someone? I did. Hello there, Steve, in a sea of Megs. Yeah, no, that's a Meg. Okay. I'm not sure what your game plan was, but whatever it was, definitely did not work out for you. Yeah, I wanted to, but Kieran wanted to play it out, which I can respect. I can respect the want to play it out in the end. Didn't find the obsession for once. This is true. I actually have stacks of Save the Best for last for a change. But yeah, so I don't know. I think that I probably should have brought Undying because my spawn was probably one of the worst ones that could have ever happened. And Sabian, thank you much for the follow. Once again, correct me if I did say that your name wrong. I do apologize if so. We'll shoot you and just break real quick. He goes around. Perfect. And he's in a bit of a dead zone too now. All right, what's the game plan, Steve? Oof. I didn't mean to hit that tire. Unfortunate. Been game changer because the size of the map always keeps survivors. Yeah. Unfortunately, I wanted to run Thrilling Tremors. And get the Shock and Thrill plays. But unfortunately, they did not really give me many opportunities to do that. They are just so spread. Okay, Sabian? Perfect. I'm happy to hear that I got it right. I try and get everyone's name right if possible. But I am horribly dyslexic, so I do apologize if I ever butcher your name. I think they're going to go back for this generator. Let's see if we can get a pop going. No. Well, that's shocking. We did see scratch marks over here, of course, so let's check on this gen. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Hello there, Megan. How goes it? Are you the Obsession Meg, the non-Obsession Meg? That's a second set of scratch marks. Interesting. Because those weren't the Megs that we just found. We'll mind game on the LT wall. See if she wants to vault the T. She does, so she'll get hit by the kissing booth. Unfortunately, this is the Obsession, so we will lose some stacks. I probably should have, in retrospect, broken the chain rather than hitting her on the kissing booth, but c'est la vie. Have I tried Plague yet? In Vigos, I never got a chance to. By the time that the season had just about ended, we were, you know, going to be using our S and A tier killers head-on. Yep, head-on. Thank you, Megan. Upsy daisy. But maybe next season I'll try some Plague. All right, let's take a look-see. I imagine that Steve might go back to his gen. I'm telling you, I think Plague might be something serious in Vigos. I think it heavily depends on like the playstyle of the survivors, and that's the big thing that I fear, as well as RNG of the cleansing pools. So I need to find like a good map for it, and that's the biggest thing I would say. Let's pop oppression this real quick. Leave Meg slug because I'm pretty sure that's the Meg that just came off of the hook. Steve goes for the unhook, and that now means that a survivor needs to get off of the gen in order to do much. No, 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 Steve. You think I'm gonna let you get that unhook for free? Yeah, I thought not. Alright, they got the Meg up, which means that 2 people might be coming for the unhook now. We'll get the Steve here. Unfortunately, he was able to make that corner, so let's keep our distance. Just kind of keep him there. I think DD's would have been a great map for Plague because of the size of the map. I can feel that. The only downside for Dead Dog on Plague is the fact that the pools all spawn at the edges and none in the middle. And that's kind of something that you want. You want a map with the opposite RNG percentage. That way you're able to... Hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. As I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that she went into the locker with Quick and Quiet, and I was 100% correct. I just needed to confirm that by some means she hadn't gotten around the corner. Confused me there for a second, Meg. I'll be honest. You almost got that. No, that's a bad one. We see the both Megs here, so we can kind of zone them both out and see... Well, that's unfortunate for you, ain't it? And you'll kind of dive back around. This Meg's going to come over here, going to get hit. Let's drag her closer to us than the other Meg. And she'll go for the unhook there, but one person's about to die, I think. Yep, that person there will die. That is Steve. So it's just the last 3 Megs in that case. We'll assume that she has Decisive Strike and instead go for you. Are you done? Yeah, she's done. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too with that breakout. It makes sense. I was wondering if she did, but I'm pretty sure she has head-on plus Quick and Quiet at the very least. What else she has? Maybe breakout on top of which. Alright, what say you? Hook or hatch in this one? We do see scratch marks going up to the hill, or at least around it. Oh, there she is. I was right. I was figuring that I had heard her, but I wasn't sure if it was a ghost, but I think we killed the Steve there instead. Yeah, if you can put 250 on yes for Big Dog, that'd be appreciated. Alright, let's hook her back here, and then we'll see what the verdict is. What says you, guilty ones? Well, we show mercy to this last Megan. You're over there. Hello there, Meg. You, moon crawling, it looks like. Or attempting to, I'm not sure. Either that or painting an SOS message. Hatch is a yes? Alright. Alright, let's give you a hatch, my friend. The real question is, where is it? Come on now. If you get off my shoulder 3 times, you die. Okay. You're testing my patience. Okay, good news is we found Hatch before I was going to kill you again. You're lucky. Come on, go. There you go. Criminy. That Meg just really wanted to die, apparently. But, GG, well played. So let's take a look. So yeah, quick and quiet, life, inner strength, and resilience on 1 Meg. That was probably the last Meg that we let out. But that wasn't the Meg that we found earlier. Yeah, so quick and quiet, head on, and decisive strike. I wonder if decisive strike, I wonder if she missed it. Yeah, she didn't, I'm not sure if she decisived. I mean, overall, they had a rough match. I think that was no gens done, so, I mean, did anyone deserve it? Probably not, but c'est la vie. Yeah, maybe it had been too long. Maybe you're right. But that is number, what, 8? Or is that 9? We have time for 1 more match, of course. 8 wins. Yo, what's up, Control Sonia? Control Sonia? Did I say your name right? Hopefully I did. GG's, my friend, GG's. I appreciate you stopping by, saying hi, and would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. We are an educational killer main, here to teach killers how to play killer, and survivors how to play against killer. And what's up, Crispy Bacon? Love the name, by the way. No worries. We love you too. You can actually thank chat as they did vote to give you the hatch. We give that choice to the Guilty Ones. All of those that are here. So if you want to determine the fate of the next survivor who is left alone, the last survivor standing, you can stick by here and vote in the poll. But GG's indeed. All right, let's see if we can get a 9 win streak here. Alright. So we see 1 flashlight, 1 medkit. That's nothing too much to be worried about. Why they're not readying up, though, is a little bit concerning. I'm a little bit worried about that, though. Might as well put on another blood point offering. Okay, no last minute switches, so flashlight, medkit. We'll just have to watch out for the UE. Make sure we don't put ourselves in a position to get flashlight saved. Is that Backwater Swamp? It is. Not a favorite of mine for many reasons, but we'll make do. Hey, thank you much for the follow, Crispy Bacon. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. Happy to have you here. If you are interested, we also do have a Discord, a YouTube channel, and other social media. So make sure you definitely join the Discord at the very least. That way you can be notified when we go live, when YouTube videos go live, chat with the community, and more. But that being said, this will be our last match of the night. And we'll take a look and see who we're going to raid thereafter. We're going to be raiding within the Children of the Fog. I think I know who I'm going to raid, but I'm not entirely certain. We'll find out. Alright, Grim Pantry, not the Pale, was it the Pale Rose? I don't know, which one do I prefer? Grim Pantry, Pale Rose. It's hard to say. I kind of like Pale Rose to some degree, but still a V. Let's take a look at gens. Nothing over here. They could be on the platform here. We haven't heard. There's the murder platform. Okay, so they are murder platform from the sound of things. They may have spawned behind it. I'm just gonna take a quick peek over here. Alright, nothing there. Let's head up top. Hold on. We see 2 survivors. Sprint burst? I mean, I don't think it's really gonna matter against the Deathslinger, to be honest with you. That was kind of awkward for her, to say the least. Unless maybe she just thought I was not gonna do anything. I don't know. It was an odd decision for sure. Alright. Well, we know that they're on Dead Hard. No Dead Hard. Yeah, so I think that had to have been a sprint burst, yeah? That's the only thing that I can think of. Let's get her on a hook while on our way towards the murder platform. I'm going to assume that there's 2 people on that, since we saw 1 person, obviously the Jane, and 1 person to the right. Let's try and get there ASAP and get a pop oppression going. Yeah, look at that. We can hear it on at least 3 still. It's going to be close. It's going to be a close one if they commit. They do commit, but they miss a skill check. That's 10% regression. That's an additional 25. And we see a 10% regression with oppression. Hello, Tap. I think not. Come here, mate. Let's get some more stacks on you. And let's reload. E drops a pallet. Won't really matter much. E drops down, gets stunned. And what next, Tap? Mid-vault and down. Yo, what's up, GG? How goes it? How you doing today? A little bit late yet again. Well, I appreciate stopping by and saying hi nonetheless. You know, I'll never mind if someone's late to the stream. At the end of the day, your support means everything to me. Alright, that gen is still regressing. Good news there. We also saw that with oppression that they're on the platform. If they're on comms, they might tell someone to go back to murder platform, but we'll hear the crows go off. And happy to hear that you're doing well, GG. That is on 2 sil. We do hear murder platform go off. You'll get a pop at the very least. To at least slow them down. Now, keep in mind that they're still here. Just not sure where. I heard them drop down, that's about it. So I think we go back to the murder platform. By that time, oppression should be back up, meaning that we might be able to get an oppression back on the gen there. Yep, looks like... No, that's environmental blood. We hear the UE. We're gonna let her go for a moment here. And oppression. That is 20% regression using oppression. That is excellent. That's a slow vault there. We're gonna break. And we're going to continue after her now. If we can get a pop and then back onto one of those 2 gens that just regressed, then we should be fine. Let's mind game her. We did not get the mind game off in time, so she's gonna drop. We're probably gonna see a gen. That's a bad idea. Because we can follow your sounds pretty easily. Well, let's bring her up. And let's hope that we can get a pop on one of the gens over here. That's 1. Ooh. We might be cutting it close here to get this one. But we should be able to pressure them off this gen at the very least. I hope you understand what Deathslinger can do, Dwight. Bounce landing. No bounce landing. And with Save the Best for last, we should be able to shoot him down real quick. He missed. Yo, what's up, JW? It's the Mass Meg from last game. Just watched back the match. Sorry for giving up, but the game was done for, and you're way too skilled for me. No, I feel that, man. Didn't use the yes the way it was expired before I gave myself up. Ah, gotcha. And no worries, man. I can understand. Like I said, in that moment, it made sense to give up. Unfortunately, the game was quite literally over. So I respect the play. But GG, man, GG. And I'd appreciate you stopping by saying hi. Would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. That's a bad idea, Dwight. The gen's has not been touched, unfortunately. I was really hoping that I'd get an oppression on the opposite side gen, but that's not going to be the case. And JM, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones. Happy to have you here. We might not get him to this hook. It's going to be dicey. Unfortunately, Murder Platform doesn't have a lot of hooks nearby. But now we do have a oppression pop for this gen that the UE just jumped off of. So that's perfect for us. How should you play this? She might vault. No, she didn't. There's a tap here too. Ooh, holy hell. Tap, UE. She goes up. We still have a pop in hand, but we don't need to use it right away. We can take our time here. There we go, perfect. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave her on the ground. We still have another like 15-ish seconds for the pop. I think we should be able to get the pop oppression on this gen. And that should probably proc the gen over on Murder Platform. No, it didn't. Surprising. Yui! Where are you? Were you on the pallet by chance? Yeah, you were. Alright, upsie daisy. Now, Tap is still nearby, mind you. I have no doubt about that fact. Let's hook you. Now, I haven't actually heard Murder Platform, so I'm not sure if they're actually there. Hold up. We see the Dwight over here. Dwight, what are you doing, my boy? What? Oh, I was a bit late on that. I don't need to pop that. It's not a good pop target. We all ideally want to go for something with... Oh, he went back quickly there. He's on the right side of the loop now, but he hesitated a little bit. We won't get him, unfortunately. What we'll do now... Do we want to continue going for him? Oh, yeah, we do. He went to a corner. He went to a corner. Oh, no, he didn't. He doubled back. It's not like you're using Iron Will, so I'm not sure why you thought you're going to blend in or something while injured. It's a bit silly. Oppression's almost up. We do see who is that? The Jane, I think? That's the only other survivor that I can think of that we haven't really seen all too much. We will pop Oppression. Get some gens regressing at the very least. Hold on. Someone's injured here. It's a Tap, not the Jane. Interesting. Well, you're not going to be able to get your exhaustion perk off, and it's going to result in you going down. That's 8 stacks of State of Us for last, so we're in a pretty good spot, and Jane has not made herself apparent. There is Jane this time, though. We'll go for the Dwight. I was really expecting him to split from the Jane, to be honest. Oh, Dwight, what'd you just do? Or is that the Jane? This is a Jane, no blood. So we should be able to get some pressure here. We'll let it break, but be right on top of her. That way we can fatigue out, and then go after her. So that way we don't lose stacks, or as many, rather. Come here, Jane. Oh, that's a Yui now. Well, that works too. Well, thank you, Jane. It brought me right to the Yui. Let's get you up on the hook, and now we'll have Pop, and we actually have a Oppression that's going to be coming up. So we might want to wait for the Pop before doing so. Check that gen. That's really nothing. Check that gen. That's really nothing. I guess we just pop Oppression this. There's no reason not to. And also, thank you for the reminder to the Hydrate drop shot. I'll do that right after this match. All right. Now they triple healed, right? If I had to guess where, probably over behind here, but not entirely certain. Crows have not been disturbed. There we go, I was right. Hi, Tap. Freaking Urban Evasion Gamers. Not sure what's up. A little bit off. A little bit late, I'd say. Probably could have shot a little bit sooner, but he's on an LT wall, which is pretty strong for me. And he got a bit confused. I think he got a bit confused. Alright, I'm pretty sure Tap is now dead. I'm pretty sure Dwight's on death hook, and I'm pretty sure the only person who has not been hooked is Jane. And I'm pretty sure I just saw the Dwight urban evasioning. Hi, Dwight. How goes it? These survivors are so confusing. And that'll be death hook for Dwight. And what says you, guilty ones? Will Jane be given the hook or the hatch? I guess Jane has been on hook once, because this will be... Yeah, there'll be 2 left. I don't remember hooking Jane at all. Must have been early into the match. Well, I don't think that she'll be working on gens, but I might as well pop Oppression real quick. Was first hook? Okay, that makes sense, I suppose. If I was the Jane, where would I be? If I was Hatch, where would I be? That's actually a more important question. Oh, hey, there's Jane. Hello, Jane. Yo, GG Mega Blast. Thank you much for stopping by saying hi. Much appreciated. And GG's. Oh, there's Hatch. It's in there. She's gonna get it. So, I hope you guys voted for Hatch. Oh my god, she didn't go for it. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's 50-50? Fine. Go for it. Go for it. Come on now. There we go. I appreciate the gift at the very least. I appreciate the gift. But Mega Blast, I'd love for you to join Mega Blastoise. Love the name even better, by the way. Would love to have you here as part of Guilty Ones if you are interested. But GG, well played. 9 wins. So, well, we did start off at 6. We went up to 10, lost it, and then went back to 9. So not bad, all things considered. That's a total of, what, 13 wins today, at the very least? Yeah, 13 wins, I'd say. So not too bad, all things considered. Not too bad. And he's close to getting back to double digits. Not too shabby, Deathslinger. Not too shabby at all. Well, with that being said, let's go take a look and see who we're going to raid from the Children of the Fog. So we have, looks like Rugen and I are tier 2, the other one tier 3. Oh no, we're all tier 2. So in that case, we actually want to raid Fire Gems from the looks of things. We have a tiering system of who we raid and who we don't, so we're going to go raid Fire Gems. But with that being said, guys, as always, if you did enjoy the show, make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't checked out our Extra Life campaign, definitely make sure to do so. We're trying to help heal kids at Stanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, I'll see you all tomorrow at 5 p.m. CST for a regular day of Dead by Daylight. Bye-bye!